Mojo BMX Distribution sells the fastest brands in BMX. Speedco, Avian, Mabo, Inspire, and IRC tires, to name a few. Accepting dealer and distributor applications now. Visit mojobmx.com to see our full product lineup.
Do you like BMX?
I like BMX.
Well, so do we.
Welcome to Full Tilt Bike Co., where we're a collective of young racers working to build the largest selection of BMX race products. But we're not your typical mail-to-order store. So make sure you check out the Full Tilt Bike Co. YouTube channel, where we do product spotlights, bike builds, and give out BMX racing tips and tricks.
Join the community and see what the new age of BMX product sales looks like. Bleh.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time coming, but I'm here. I was drifting, now I'm shifting gears. Now I got away the lights on. Right now this is my time. This is gonna be my year. I was gone a minute, now I'm back. Busy changing, breaking from the pack. Now waiting on a chance. I'm making my own plans. The world's gonna have to deal with that. Go and tell them that I'm had enough. Time's up. Go and tell them I'm. 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 Been a long time coming, look out. This is what I always dreamed about. I'm over being scared, let them talk and let them stare. Go tell them that my time is now. Go and tell them that the past is done. Start running. Go and tell them I'm. Go and tell them I'm.
What's going on, everybody? Day 3 of the New England Nationals. We're going to get kicked off here with our 7-8 mixed open. They're locked and loaded on the gate. Let's do this thing. We got 117 motos. Going to be quick and easy. Moto number 1, your 7-8 mixed open class. I got the O-Man, Owen Harding, William Case, Eliana Dijon Tommaso, Weston Siracusa, Super Duper Z, Zoe Pangione, Odin Greiser Dugan, William Leclerc, and Ted Payant. Down the second straight, we roll the 22 on top once again. That's got to be Will Leclerc. Leclerc down into turn number 2. 3 riders going straight to the show this time. It's the 22, the 374, and Super Duper Z 1, 2, and 3 right now. All the Leclerc up top once again. The Quebec boys going 1 and 2. Leclerc, Payant, and Pangione 1, 2, and 3. The 22 is moving on. The 374 and the National 95. (9-10) mixed open. Moto number 2, LaJoy, Tyndall, Harding, Nugent, Solar, and Dijon Tommaso. Around they come. Looks like the 7 on top. That's the little Nuge, Jacob Nugent for Reaper Racing and Ninja MTB out of Cape Coral BMX. The Nuge rips around the second turn. Got LaJoy in that 2 spot. We're taking 2 riders right now. I got the 1 back in the 3. That's Gracie Tyndall. 1, 2, and 3. They roll. 2 riders moving on down into the last turn. We fly. Still the Nuge on top. The Cape Coral boy looking for a transfer spot straight to the show. Here comes the Hummingbird in that 2 spot. The Nuge and the Bird 1 and 2. 11-12 mixed open. Rush, Wellborn, Urano, Rivest, and Farrell. Moto number 3 looks like we got the Firefly on top right now. Right on that 2 spots. The Nag 1 with the Nag 8 back in the 3 spot. That's going to be Urana and Wellborn chasing Farrell down to the last turn. All 3 ladies looking to check out of this one, but I'm only taking 2 of these ladies to the show, and here they come. Still the Firefly on top, the Factory Girl in that 2 spot. Firefly, Factory Girl moving on. Dugan, Lawson, 2 and 3. 9-10 open on the track. Moto number 5. Cox, Dowsett, Seabury, Forget, and Brunson. Got the Silent Assassin on the top spot. Here comes the 3-7 ride dipping in there. That's the Radman, Connor Dowsett. This rider off the track and down. Around the last turn, still the Factory full tilt ride. The Nag 6 will take the first round. And a transfer spot and the 3-7 ride of the Radman, Conrad Dowsett in that 2 spot for the Lethal Threat crew. Brown, Hibbets, Rupp, Castellano, and Moreau. 31 bike, Sasha Forget back to the finish line. Sasha Forget back to the finish line. Brown, Hibbets, Rupp, Castellano, and Moreau. Around the last turn, I got 3 riders coming ripping at me. Looks like Sendit colors popping off to the top down this last straight. The H ride. That's Fast Cast. Here comes the 774. Moreau and Castellano 1 and 2. (11-12) open on the track. Moto number 7. Dobell, Perrin, Macias, Pfeiffer, Gutierrez, Kromowski, and Improta. 7 riders out there today. We're taking 3 out of this one. Looks like it's Macias up top. Raptor BMX on the top side of this one on Morgan Hill. Dude goes flying down into turn number 2. Looks like the Punisher in that 2 spot. It's the Nag 8 and the National 73 getting chased down by the 8. 1, 2, and 3. That's Gutierrez back in that 3 spot. 3 riders moving on. Raptor running around this last turn. Macias is checking out. Improta's rolling with him, and the 8 ride of Gutierrez, 1, 2, and 3. 13-14 open. Curley, Hubbard, Gray, below, and Minell. Mad Max on top. Got Kagre in that 2 spot. It's Minell, Gray, 1 and 2. Hubbard back in the 3. The 5-1 is below, 1, 2, 3, and 4, but only 2 riders going to the show here in this round. Power Effects, Factory Senda LSG down the last straightaway. Hurry Up, and the Hurricane moving on. Porter, Santana, Forget, and Lessier. I got the Cannon up top right now, changing his jersey on me one more time. Santana on the top spot. The Darkness sitting in that 2 spot. Santana and Porter. 1, 2. The A-Rush ride back in the 3 spot. Coming back at us. Oh, that's Lessier in the 3 spot. The 8 and the 4, though, taking the only 2 transfers. The Cannon and the Darkness. 15-16 open. Corbet, Quick, McCarthy, Thibault, Goris, and Guay. The 28 loses the pedal right there. Goris goes by. 2 riders moving on to this one. Black Crown popping his way down to that last turn. Rider sitting in that 2 spot is the 491 of Guay. Guay taking off. Goris cuts off. Guay and Quick 1 and 2. (17-20 open. Barone, Rivera, Dye, and Griffin. We got 4 riders out there. 1 rider moving on. Battle up top. Got the Die guy ripping down that second straightaway. S-square colors on top. Alto sitting in the 2 spot. That's Matty Barone. Die, Barone, 1 and 2. The Gold Cup 1, the 11 flying right by me. Got the 87 back in that 3 spot. That's the Ghost Vince Griffin. The battle is up top, though. The Die guy trying to hold it down. The Gold Cup 1 turns, takes off. And Die is moving on. Moto number 12, 910 girls cruisers. Murphy, Hill, Sebastio, White, Norris. I got the lightning bug on top right now. Selena White for the ASN Send It Fly crew. In that 2 spot, we got bombshell colors. That's going to be the 4 rider Norris. Here comes the 1 bike of Sebastio back in that 3 spot. 910 girls cruisers battles it for the 2 right now as the bug pulls away. The GC3 down the last straightaway. And the rider out of Richfield Park is moving on to a main event with the Shoreham ride of Norris in that 2 spot. 11-12 girls cruisers, Dowdy, Snyder, and Gray. Total points racing for the 11-12 girls cruiser class. I got the Crazy Cat on top right now. She rocks right by me with the 92 in the 2 spot. That's Snyder. It's Gray, Snyder, and Dowdy, 1, 2, and 3. Around the last turn, Wicked Colors running it down this last straightaway. Out of Akron BMX. The National Nintendo plate gets the win. The Little Ripper gets the 2 spot, and the Nightmare gets the 3. Carmen, Hale, McCain, Dakar, Koodle, Jason, and Peck. Addison Dakar up top, and now the Nag 4 and the National 84 back there. 2 and 3 chasing Dakar down. That's McCain and Stinks. Moto 14 rips around the last turn. 3 ladies moving on to the main event this time. 3 ladies moving on. Dakar checks out. Mayhem, McCain, and Stinks, 1, 2, and 3. 15-16 girls cruisers, Sweet, Stone, Pierce, Wiley, Porter, Lego, Russell, and Olson. The National 10 up top, Kimberly Porter, Factory Daylight Hero got Cycle Craft colors in that 2 spot. That's the Tater Tot, Tatum, Pierce. Porter, Pierce, 1, 2, 3 ladies moving on. Porter gets the win. Pierce gets the 2, and the last lady moving on is your 15 ride of the Stunt Girl Cheyenne Stone for Sia. 17-20 ladies cruisers, Urban, Sweet, Day, Lyman, McKay, and Rachel. I got Sweet on top right now. The 4 bike in the 2 spot is the powerhouse Ava Day. Sweet, Day, 1, 2. Claiborne colors back in that 3 spot trying to dip in there. That's Mayhem, Marley, Rachel. The Predator gets the win. 2 spots going to Rachel. Second straight action going down. Total points racing for the 21-30 ladies cruiser class today. Moto number 17, DeLucia, Rock, and Edwards. I got Turbo Taylor on the top spot right now. Looks like the Crazy Cat Lady and Christiana DeLucia, 1, 2, and 3. Total points race of the Nag 6, Turbo Taylor. Lindemann, Amaris, Kugler, Anderson, and Dirks. Time to shine colors on the top spot. I'm looking at Sparky. Sarah Kugler, the 5 ride. In that 2 spot, on 2 wheels colors. That's got to be Julie Dirks, the National 70. 2 of these ladies moving on. 2 of these ladies all by themselves in the last straightaway. The time to shine ride of Kugler and the Nat 70 ride of Dirks for on 2 wheels moving on. Thelogu, Lathan, and Kaminsky. Kelly Thelogu on top once again. Chippendale colors in that 2 spot with the Wrenchman ride. Back in the 3. It's Thelogu, Kaminsky, and Lathan, 1, 2, and 3. The Sia rider up top, the Nag 8, looking for the first round win. Total points racing for the 51-55 ladies cruiser class. Down that last straightaway, Kelly grabs the first round ace. Mama Marge in the 2, and Bianca in the 3. 7 and under cruisers, 9 riders out there today. This is the first rack of them. Lomascolo, Grillo, Sebastio, Kenny, and Leclerc. I got a Nag plate on top right now. S-squared color is going to be Noah Lomascolo, Rickman into turn number 2. In that 2 spots, the 121 of Bajorn Leclerc. Lomascolo, Leclerc, and the 901 of Kenny, 1, 2, and 3. Top rider is rolling right now. Rips around the last turn all by himself, pounds down the last straightaway, and the Northern Virginia boy is moving on, and the 2 spot's going to go to Leclerc. More Spore, Brammer, and Hill. Two more riders going to the 700 Cruiser main event. This is the second rack from right here down the second straightaway. Another nag plate on top. Going to be the Hot Rod Lincoln Moore for Power Effects Speedco. I got the Mohawk sitting in that 2 spot. It's Moore and Brammer 1 and 2. Bike Zone Colors back in the 3 spot. The 3-1-6 at Colton Hill. Through the third straight, we roll around the Bombshell Pro Max J&R turn. Still Power Effects rocking up top. Brammer in that 2 spot. And the Hot Rod and the Mohawk are checking out. Nine-year-old Cruisers, Moto 22. I got Tucker Squirrely Jones, Bryce Grover, Kevin Konopka, Cobra Kai Bradfield, and Grambo Gibbler. Around the first turn, it's the Island of Misfit Toys taking off down that second straight. I'm looking for the nag for Bryce Grover. Grover on the 1, Squirrely on that 2 spot. It's the Misfit Toys and Answer going 1 and 2. Got the 9 ride back in the 3. That's Grambo. Here comes the 21 bike in that 4 spot. That's Cobra Kai. 2 of these dudes moving on to a main event. We got 2 racks of them. There's 10 riders in the class today, and around we go. Grover still rocking down that last straightaway. The nag 4 is moving on to a main event with your Gold Cup 1 ride of Squirrely Jones. Moto 23, Castley, Remy, LePan, Merzion, and Kent. Down around the first turn we roll. Looks like we got the 4 ride out of 316 training, the Missile, Mike Castley. Castley's on the 1 spot. I got the mismatch on the 2 spot right now. The 1 bike is the Mullet King back in the 3. The boys rocking through that third straightaway, but it's still the Missile on the 1. The Missile and mismatch rocking down around the 4 and the nag 5 looking to check out. And they will. Castley gets the win. Merzion gets the 2. 10-year-old Cruisers, Moto 24, Wilson, Wallace, Rupp, and Huggins. GC2 up top, that's Leapin' Lane Wilson. Wilson on the top spot. Down that last straightaway, 1 rider moving on. Rupp's going to get the 2, but Leapin' Lane's checking out. 11-year-old Cruisers, Fuller, Rodriguez, Peck, Waters, Koodle, and Ugenti. The 1 bike up top, that's Deuce Coop for the Daylight crew. I got Hilo rocking in that 2 spot for Sean Carvajal's LDC. It's Daylight in the LDC going 1 and 2. The 1 in the nag 10 pounding down around the J&R turn, ripping down this last straightaway. The Daylight ride, Deuce Coop going straight to the main event with Hilo in that 2. Moto 26, Grillo, Krat, Doan, Steiger, and Rocco. Looks like Jules Rocco up top. The 584 pounding down into turn number 2. Chippendale colors in that 2 spot. Got to be Grillo. The 584 and the 4 go 1 and 2 with the GC3. The lights. The light switch back in that 3 spot. Down that last straightaway, the 584 and the 4 go 1 and 2. Big manual down into turn number 2. Looks like Redmond colors on top of this one right here. I'm looking for the Rocket, Alexander Martin. Martin's on top. We're taking 3 riders of the show with this one. 3 riders from flying around. Box colors sitting in that 2 spot. Got to be Martinez. Martin, Martinez, and the GC2 of the Beast, 1, 2, and 3. 13 Cruisers, Moto 28, Kazi, Mullard, Badania, Grable, Owens, and Young. Everyone in the second turn at the same time. The 2 and the 9 out top right now. That's Chase Kazi. That's Shoeless Blake Grable. Third place rider looking to change things up. That's got to be Badaniak back there. Everyone flying back at me. Still the 2 bike on top. Kazi gets the win right here. Get a grip. Going to hold on to that 2 spot. Shoeless moving on. Miranda, McClone, Letellier, Van Kester, Snyder, and Mazzara. The Cyclone on top right now. Bike Zone colors pop down in turn number 2. Got Cody V sitting in that 2 spot. That's Van Kester. McClone, Van Kester, 1 and 2. Snyder back in the 3 spot. 2 more riders going to the 13 Cruiser main event. Moto 29 rips her on the last turn, but it's all the Cyclone up top. McClone grabs the ace right here, and the 4 bike of Cody V also moving on to a main event. 14-year-old Cruisers, Moto number 30, Gorbatuk, Day, Warner, Rabinowitz, Dowdy, and Cook. Claiborne colors going to be flying Ryan on the top spot right now. Oh, new rider dips in there, the 7 bike. That's Rowdy Dowdy back there. I got the kid sitting in that 3 spot. Rabinowitz back in the 2. Get a grip. Claiborne and Power Effects 1, 2, and 3 around the last turn. The battle's down the last straight. Dowdy rips to the top of this one. The 7 and the 6 go 1 and 2. Dowdy and Rabinowitz moving on. Moto 31, Reelander, Dixon, Johnson, Huggins, Berens, Musarella, and Andrews. Looks like James Johnson rocking around. Got Rocco Andrews in that 2 spot. Berens back in the 3. 15-year-old cruisers through that 3rd straightaway. CSI color is going to be DeMoose back in that 4 spot, but only 3 riders moving on this time. James Johnson down the last straight. Rocco Andrews going to grab that 2 spot, and Berens picks up the 3. $16 cruisers around the 2nd turn now in the zone and on 2 wheels going 1, 2, and 3 in the zone all over the top spot. That's the Wildcat Micah Owens. Dirks, Lindemann back there. 2 and 3, the Wildcat and Dirks moving on. Moto 33, Burge, Tongovich, Steibel, and Dowling. The Wild Man on top of this one. Got Bike Doctor colors in the 2 and 3 spots, but it's all the Wild Man, Mikey Tongovich right now with the 6. And the 20 back there, that's Dowling and Burge. The Wild Man will be moving on right here with your 6 bike of Dowling, 1 and 2. $17-20 cruisers, Whitaker, Walker, and Hester, Moscato, McGann, Toth, and Herrera. Herrera up top, McGann in that 2 spot. Hester back in the 3. Moscato, Whitaker, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 3 riders moving on here in the 17-20 cruiser class. Around the last turn, we rock right now. Chippendale and the Sharks coming back at me. Chippendale goes by. Hester goes by. McGann, Hester, Herrera. $21-30 cruisers, Thurrichter, Alan Sonoran, Harney, and Mendito. Evan Mendito up top right now, Elevate Racing out of Egg Harbor Township. The 323 rips around with the Wrenchman ride of the Spartan in that 2 spot. Mendito, Alan Sonoran 1, 2, but Evan is the only rider moving on. 31-35 cruisers, Dolan, Healy, and Gold. Steve Healy's been running this class all weekend long. He's back on top once again. The Exit 3 bike rider out of Foothills BMX is on top of this one. Raj Gold in that 2 spot. That's the Wakefield rider with Scotty Dolan back in the 3. The GC1, the 1, and the 12, 1, 2, and 3 through straightaway number 3 into turn number 3 in Moto 36. And Healy, Gold, and Dolan go 1, 2, and 3. Kinder, Pettinelli, Bellotti, and Healy. I got Boom Boom on top right now. The 317's in that 2 spot. That's Daddy. Robert Pettinelli. It's Bellotti and Pettinelli 1 and 2. Only one of these cats is moving on. Top rider is gone down this last straightaway, and Boom Boom, we back for the main event. Peters, Olivier, Nunes, and Luby. Coach Lube's up top right now. Flying down that 2nd straight. Goes ripping down in the 2nd turn. Rider in that 2 spot. Got the Misfit Toys colors on. That's the 1-7 rider, Nunes. The Sia rider pulling away as he hits this last turn, looking to take the only trip to the main event in this round. And the 21 bike, we'll see you boys in the main. Total Points Racing. 4650 Cruiser Class Moto 39. Huggins, Newell, and Benoit. Looking for Huggy Bear up top. The Vega Racer down that 2nd straightaway right here. The 1 bike on the move. Got a Gold Cup plate in that 2 spot. That's Keith Newell. It's Huggy Bear, Keith Newell, and Ludacliff 1, 2, and 3. But it's Vega, Psychocraft, and the Misfit Toys through that 3rd straightaway. Moto number 39. And Huggy Bear will grab that 1st round win. The GC2 and the 6, 2 and 3. $51.55 cruisers, Haller, Brisson, and Langlis. Daylight colors on top, going to be Brian Brisson. Got the 3 bike of Langlis in that 2 spot. Ed Haller back in the 3. It's Wakefield, Woodland, and Shoreham, 1, 2, and 3 here in mode number 40. The 2 and the 3 go 1 and 2, and the 290 will grab that 3 spot. $56.60 Cruisers, Nolan, Johnson, Gay, Nathanson, Charvet, Edwards, Cummings, and Hunt. I know one of these dudes is definitely not here. The Tomahawk on top right now, the GC2 in that 2 spot, that's Cummings. We're taking 3 riders, though. It's Factory X squared all over that top ticket. The Gold Cup 1 rips down this last straightaway. The Gold Cup 2 is in that 2 spot. Johnson, Cummings, and the National 85 rider, Nathanson, 1, 2, and 3. Five and under Navis. Here we go. Bustos, Romano, Carpenter, Mazayan, Horseman, Wang, and Rudiger. We got 13 riders in the 5 and under Navi class. 2 racks of these cats. Only 2 riders moving on in this round. They're lining up down that second straightaway with the smallest number plates on the planet. Looks like the 100 ride of Bustos up top right now. Liam on that 1 spot. Got that 184 in the 2 spot. That's Carpenter. Back in the 3 is the 13 of Zion. 1, 2, and 3 right now. Bustos, Carpenter, Zion rolling down to that last turn. Liam trying to grab the win and go straight to a main event. Nolan trying to hold that 2 spot. Ava trying to find a line down and around. And here we roll. The 100 bike of Bustos is moving on. And our 2 spot's going to go to Mr. Nolan Carpenter. Dropped one of them in the last straightaway. Spore, Krat, Dombrowski, Hibbets, Masseri, and Pettinelli. Your second rack of the 5 out there, number 43. All of them down in the first turn we go. The gas is on to those top 2 riders. Looks like possibly the 226, I think it is. Dombrowski on the top spot right now. The Nag 20 sitting in that 2 spot. That's the Dirt Dauber, Riker, Krat. It's Dombrowski and Krat with the 992 with Spore back in the 3 spot. The Trumbull rider rocking into that last turn, trying to hold down the win here in the first round. The Dirt Dauber in the 2 spot. These are the only 2 riders on the last straight right here. The 226 and the Nag 20 will be moving on. All right, Moto 44, your 7 novice class. Kudel, Dugan, Mar, and Dijon Tommaso. 4 riders in the 7 Navi class means we're taking one of them straight to the main event. First rider going to be down that second straightaway is the 190 bike of Jake Mar. Mar's on that top spot. I got Dugan and Kudel, I believe, going 2 and 3. I do, but it's all Jake up top. 1 rider moving on right now, and the Foothills BMXer is pulling down to that last turn. This dude is gone. Ripping around the last turn and down the last straightaway. Your 190 bike. We'll be back for the main event. Reeve, Wico, and Dijon Tommaso. Am I missing something here? Are you the only one out there right now? You won! You did it! The Black Cat! Christina Reeve is unstoppable. We're going to move on to Moto 46, but the 455 definitely won that one. The 26 buck I got Rin up top right now. The 117 is Robbie Pettinelli. Sapan and Pettinelli 1 and 2 with Hill back in that 3 spot. The young lady doing her thing once again. She's won the past 2 days. And she's trying to make it a perfect sweep. Rin grabs the ace. Robbie Pettinelli is going to get that 2 spot, and Hill will get the 3. Moto 47, your 1720 novice class, total points racing. The GC1's pink tires up top, got the GC2 with Rosario in that 2 spot. It's Newell, Rosario, and McDonald, 1, 2, and 3. Dropped Dominic in that 3rd straightaway. Newell gets the win in the first round, and McDonald will get the 2. We're getting Dominic checked out over there in the 3rd straight. 41-45 Knobs, Moto 48. I got the 261 up top. That's Joel Dugan. The 720 in that 2 spots, D'Angelo Tonio. Back of the 3 is the 124 OT right now. Two riders moving on. The 261 and the 720 checking out.
For over 35 years, J&R Bicycles has been delivering BMX around the world. With a live inventory website, same-day shipping, and a warehouse full of the best brands, J&R Bicycles is your one-stop shop for all things BMX. Click, buy, save at jrbicycles.com.
And we are back with our last rack of novices here in the first round, the 51-55 novice class, moto number 49. I got Brad Walker, Robert Markowitz, and top billing Mike Aromener. 1, 2, 3, they roll down straightaway number 2. The rider up top is the 761 of Walker on the top spot with the BMX Insights crew in Wakefield, out of Wakefield BMX. I got Markowitz in that 2 spot, and top billing Aromener back in the... No, I'm sorry, it's Aromener and Markowitz, 2 and 3 to 89 to 81 in that order. But it's Walker up top. The 761 grabs the first round win. Top billing gets that 2, and Markowitz gets the 3. Five and under intermediates. More total points racing right now. The 117, Will Case is up top. I got Horseman and Willie going 1, 2, and 3. It's Will, Henrik, and Reese, 1, 2, and 3 down that third straightaway here in moto number 50. Will Case, the Central Jersey rider, shreds around that last turn, and the 117 has the first round win. Horseman, Whitley, 2, 3. Moto 51, the 5-4 is on top right now. That's Cash Money. Cash Money's got Vic Moreau in that 2 spot right now. We're only taking 2 7 intermediates to a main event. We got 14 riders in this class today, 7 in each rack. Who's the top 2 riders moving on here down this last straight right now? It's still the 5-4, Cash Money Madorn in that 2 spot. The 2-6-8 of Vic Moreau. The 5-4 and the 2-6-8 are moving on. Sebastian, Konopka, Lashinsky, Kenny, Waters, Grillo, and Harding. I got the 45 and the 92 on those top 2 spots. Gold Cup 3 back in the 3 spot. That's Kenny, Waters, and Lashinsky, 1, 2, and 3. Seneca Kenny pounding down this last turn, pulling away from the boys. The battle for that 2 spot's where it's at right now because the 45 is moving on. 2 spot, Waters. 3 spot, Lashinsky. We're going to check second place real quick. Moto 538 intermediates down that last straightaway. Claire, Escobar, Murphy, Gordon, and Payne. The 22, Will Leclerc gets it done once again with the 374 of Payne. The quick boys check out. Krasnowick, Remy, Pawarzik, and Brown. 9 enters on the track. Moto number 54. The 27 up top, Magnus, Remy, rocking and rolling. I got the 5-5 of Krasnowick in the gate 9 colors in that 2 spot. It's Mythic in gate 9, 1 and 2. Only one of these cats moving on, and the Mythic rider just got it done. 10-year-old intermediates on the track, Moto 55, Weldon, Nugent, Solar, Harding, Dakar, Sebastio, Wallace, and Semplis. The 777s, the Bull on top right now, got the Gold Cup 3, a Double D in that 2 spot. I'm taking 3 riders, though. And we're battling back there for that last transfer spot. Still the Bull out of South Park BMX. Rocking down this last straightaway. The 777 gets the first round win. The Gold Cup 3 and the B. 1, 2, and 3. Jones, Mandy, Gilling, Smigo, and Sullivan. All 5 riders pulling through that third straightaway right now. We got 5 riders out there. I'm taking 2 of these cats out of this one. 2 riders down that last straightaway. The 170 bike, that's Westy Mandan. Here comes the Ginger Ninja in that 2 spot. Mandy, Jones, 1 and 2. Twelve-year-old intermediates, Sapana, D'Angelitonio, Perez, and Rivas. Moto 57, down to turn number 3 right now. We're taking 1 out of these 4 riders to the main event, and that's going to be the 148 ride of Paxton Sapana. 4 riders in the 14-year-old intermediate class. Top 2 go pulling down in the second turn right here. The GC2 and the 141. That's going to be Krawchuk and Mandy. Got bike doctor colors back in the 3 spot. Got to be the cracker Sean Graham. Krawchuk, Anderson, Graham 1, 2, and 3, but only 1 rider moving on. The battle's up top right now. The Gold Cup 2 and the 141 down this last straightaway. The pump is on, and the GC2 of Krawchuk is moving on. 4 riders now in the 15-year-old intermediate class. Crandall, Burgess, Simonson, and Bagshaw. The Empire rider has been rolling all weekend long. I believe I got Caleb Bagshaw back on top. I do not, actually. It's the Demon, Dominic Simonson, Revolution, and Dad, represented here by the Lake Area BMX crew. Simonson is moving on. Total points racing for the 16ers day. Moto number 60, Wasaka, Ligo, and Nunes. The 976 is Charles Wasaka on top with the 53 of Nunes in that 2 spot. Autumn Ligo back in the 3. Total points racing all day long. New England BMX Plus rolling down this last straightaway. The 976 gets the first round win. The 53 in the Gold Cup 3, 2 and 3 in Moto 60. 1720 intermediates, Hardball, Cullah, Fratto, and Kanixi. Moto 61. We got 4 riders out there, 1 rider moving on. The 15, the 52, and the 49 going 1, 2, and 3. That's Fratto, Cullo, and the Turn Reaper. Oh, where is Cowboy BMX? Coming down that last straightaway, though. The 1-5's looking to take a trip to the main event. And we'll see you later today. Total points racing. This time it's 41-45 intermediates. Avery, Vieira, and McClone. Danny McClone up top. The 115 is Avery in that 2 spot. Maddie Bahama back in the 3. The 7, the 115, and the 1-5 around the 3rd turn. And the Cape Cod rider gets the first round win. Avery and Maddie Bahama. And we got 4 riders in the 51-55 intermediate class, Moto number 63. The 1-6 up top's Todd Langley. It's got the Gold Cup 3 in the 2 spot. That's the Ren McDonald. Woodland BMX and Cape Cod BMX going 1 and 2. Chaos Squallers back in that 3 spot. But one of these gentlemen is moving on. And that will be the 1-6 ride of Langlis. Moto 64, Gagnon, Delamere, Lawson, and Given. Sia Colors rocking down that second straight. I'm looking for the Moose, Rob Delamere. The 89 ride. I got the 1-7 in the 2 spot. That's Coach Curtis. It's Sia and Crit down around the second turn. Got Misfit Toys Colors, Gagnon back in that 3 spot. Lawson sitting the 4 for the Bike Zone crew. One of these riders is moving on. We got 2 riders in the last turn flying back at me. The 89 trying to hold it down. That's the Moose. Coach Curtis in that 2 spot. The pump's on for the gentleman right here. The 8-9 and the 1-7. The 1-7. Coach Curtis rolling on. Welcome to the Girls Club, everybody. We are back with Moto 65, your 7 girls experts. I got Hibbets, Rome, Jones, Masseri, Fowler, DeSouza, and Huggins. Answer Army up top. That's got to be Addie Jones, the wild card. I got Sonic today, Huggins in that 2 spot with the Vega crew. It's Answer Army and Vega going 1 and 2, but we're taking 3. Wild card's moving on. Sonic's moving on. And the Chippendale ride of DeSouza back in that 3 spot. 9-year-old girls experts this time. We got 4 ladies on the track. I got Gracie Tyndall, the Hummingbird Leah LaJoy, Super Duper Z, and Ruby Carmen. LaJoy up top, the Hummingbird flying down that second straightaway. Sitting in that 2 spot. Got to be Carmen right now. The 1 bike dips in there. That's going to be Gracie Tyndall pulling to that 2 spot. Carmen back to the 3. Pangione sitting in the 4. One of these ladies moving on right now. And the Gold Cup 2 is rolling down this last straight, rocking the Gate 9 colors. LaJoy is the only rider moving on. Schaefer, Segura, Norris, Hart, White, and Suarez. Factory Rift Tangent on top. That's Sis Hart. I got Power Effect Speedco colors in that 2 spot. That's got to be Guadalupe Segura. Hart, Segura, 1-2. I got the Lightning Bug back in the 3, but only 2 ladies moving on in the 10 girls expert class. And down the last straight we're flying. It's all Sis right now. The Rift Tangent ride grabs the first round win, and the Power Effects ride gets the 2. Sis and Guadalupe moving on. Muller, Snyder, Dowdy, and Rush. Looks like Dowdy up top, Snyder in the 2 spot. I got Rush back in the 3 with Muller pulling in the 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They roll through that third straightaway right here, but once again, with 4 riders on the track, only 1 rider is moving on. And right now, it's all get a grip down the last straightaway. The Nightmare, the Nag 15, will be back for the main event. Bostick, Farrell, Gray, Wellborn, Kylie, and Urena. I got the 4 in the Nag 1 going 1 and 2. That's the Boss up top. That's the Factory Girl sitting in that 2 spot. Got the Crazy Cat back in the 3. We got 6 ladies on the track, and I'm taking 2 this time. 2 ladies are moving on. Motor number 69 down the last straightaway. Still the Boss on top for TFB Designs. The Boss and the Factory Girl 1 and 2. 13-year-old girls experts, Walter, Spraza, Kopetsky, Peck, Jason, McCain, Mungyu, and Puckcamp. Kopetsky up top, McCain in that 2 spot. The 1 ride back in the 3 for the Chaos Squad is Violet Mungyu. 3 of these ladies moving on. I got Cycle Craft Colors pulling that 4 stop, but it's Factory LSG down that last straightaway. Marshall Racing in the 2 spot. Kopetsky, McCain 1 and 2. Mungyu in that 3. 14 girls experts, Koodle, Dakar, Hale, Holtz, and Carmen. Addison Dakar up top right now in the 2 spot. I got the 1 ride. That's Koodle back there. Factory Sean Carvajal's LDC. I got Stinks McGee for the Esquire National Team in that 3 spot. Battle for the 2's where it's at as Addison pulls away from everybody right now. The Nag 14 gets the first round win. 2 spots going to go to the Marshall ride this time. For the Sean Carvajal's LDC. I'm sorry, Chloe Koodle. 15-16 girls experts. Moto 72. Sweet Waldner. It's got the 3 bike in the 2 spot. That's Addison Spencer. Cyclecraft Colors rocking in the 3. That's the Tater Todd Tatum Pierce. 1, 2, 3. They roll. The Animal sit in that 4 spot. 2 of these ladies checking out, and Searfoss is ripping down the last straight. And the Nag 11 is on her way to a main event. 2 spots going to go to the Gold Cup 2 coming by. The Tater Tot. Neil and Jordan, Sweet, Martin Day, Speraza, McKay, and Rachel. I got the Mad Rabbit on top. Got the National 44, the Machine, Kenny Neal in the 2 spot. It's Power Effects and the Ameriprize 1 and 2 once again. 3 ladies moving on. Got to be Mayhem back in that 3 right here. Rocking the Claiborne colors. The National 42, the National 44, and your 14 bike 1, 2, and 3 in Moto 74. 2130 ladies experts. Robeson, Sargent, and Pettinelli. I got Izzy Sargent for PWR up top. Got Daylight Colors. Ashley Pettinelli in that 2 spot, and Becca Sue's back in the 3. The 1, 22, and the 4, 1, 2, and 3 in this total points race right here. Izzy grabs the first round win. The Daylight Ride gets the 2, and Becca Sue's gets the 3. Dirks, Kugler, and Huggins. I got Mama Hugs up top right now. I got Sparky in that 2 spot. Julie Dirks back in the 3. The 4, the Nag 8, and the Nag 9. 1, 2, and 3 here. More total points race, and this time it's the 4150 ladies expert class. Vega Racer all over top. BMP BMX grabs another win here in the first round on a Sunday morning. You got Sparky and Dirks 2 and 3. Vega, time to shine and on 2 wheels. 51 and over experts. The Logu, Badaniak, and Kaminsky. Power Effects up top. Going to be the Czech chick, Sonia Badaniak. In that 2 spot, the Nag 9, that's the Logo with Mama Marge back in the 3. It's Power Effects, Sia, and Chippendales. Rolling into the last turn. The Power Effects ride, though, always super fast. And Sonia gets the first round win. Telogu Kaminsky, 2 and 3. 5 and under expert boys. Wang, Darling, and Lomascolo. Gold Cup 3 up top. That's got to be Wang on top. Got the Nag 7, the Man in Black, Darling with Tanner Lomascobo back in the 3. Daylight rocking down in that last turn. The GC 3 looking for the win once again. This dude's been flying all weekend long. Coming back at us. Lucas gets the first round win. Lincoln and Tanner 2-3. Moto number 79, your 6 expert class. I got Tyndall, Leclerc, Long, Spore, and Hibbets. And yeah, I missed it yesterday, guys, but Wild Bill Tyndall is your newest 6-year-old expert. And down the last straight, we're flying right now. Looks like the 14 of Leclerc on top, though. Got the 17, that 2 spot. Oh, man, Leclerc and Tyndall gets it done in this first round. How about that? Brown, Brammer, Como, Farrell, Lomascolo, Hill, and more. Got to be Lomascolo up top, the Nag 13 for the Factory S Squared crew. I got the Mohawk in that 2 spot. The Nat 45 back in the 3s, the Hot Rod, and Lincoln Moore. We're taking 3 out of this one. We got 7 riders on the track. Factory S Squared all around the last turn right now. Lomascolo looking for another ace here in the first round of the 7X class, and he is moving on. The Mohawk is moving on, and the Hot Rod. Dropping a couple riders over in that first turn. They're jumping back up and trying to grab their bikes and get situated. Grover, Mona Smith, Sturgeon, Van Etta, Konopka, LePan, and Richardson. Got to be Bryce Grover on the 1 spot. I got the D-bike of Mona Smith in the 2 spot. It's the Misfit Toys and the Answer Army going 1, 2, and 3. We got another Misfit Toys ride. Got to be Konopka back in that 3 spot. Grover, Mona Smith, and Problematic. 1, 2, and 3. Lussier, Rome, Forget, Furcatch, Castley, Clark, and Bradfield. 9 experts on the track right now. We got 14 riders in the class today, 7 riders in each rack. This is the first 7 right here, moto number 82. 2 of these riders moving on to a main event as we rip down to that second turn. Looks like 316 training out of San Diego BMX. The Missile, Mike Castley. Got the Nag 8 in that 2 spot. That's Jumpin' Jack's Furcatch for Identify BMX out of Westmoreland. 316 and Identify 1-2 around the last turn. Third place rider trying to sneak in there as well. But it's going to be Castley and Jumpin' Jacks 1 and 2. Konopka, Merzion, Gibbler, Fowler, Kent, Zimbardo, and Jones. Top 2 riders right now. I got Mismatch and Grambo. S-Squared National Team in the Rocket Races down that last turn. Looks like the Mullet King sitting in that 3 spot for the Mythic crew. We got a heater down this last straightaway. The Nag 13 and the 9 are moving on. Castellano, Seabury, Huggins, Pieper, Moreau, Rupp, and Sturgeon. Nag 4 in the 2 with the 714 back in that 3 spot. The Nag 4 ride. Coming around that last turn. The S-Squared, we got Pieper up top. Huggins in that 2 spot. Wilson, Rupp, Brunson, Cox, Dowsas, Pinelli, and DeSouza. Looks like Leapin' Lane Wilson up top right now. I got the 26 in that 2 spot. That's going to be the little rip of Eli Rupp. Wilson in the Gate 9 ride going 1 and 2 in that last turn. The 1 and the 26 looking to check out. I got Lethal Threat Colors pulling in the 3 spot. That's got to be the Rad Man Conrad Dalzis down the last straightaway. Wilson, Rupp, 1-2. $11-year-old experts, and the O-Dog goes flying down into turn number 2. Got the 1-5 sitting in that 2 spot right now. That's H2 on the go. Reed Waters. 2 riders going to an 11 experts semi-main event. The 11 experts got semis today. Down the last straight, we're rolling right here. But it's all the O-Dog on top. Peters moving on. 2 spots going to go 2. The Rock 1 at the line. The Kamikaze, Jake Caldwell. Peck, Pfeiffer, Ugenti, Fuller, Perrin, and Ricketson. Daylight colors on top as we roll through that third straight right here. That's going to be Deuce Coop, Cooper Fuller out of California. Freedom Park BMX boy. This dude's been flying all weekend. Crosses the country and never slows down. With the 3-bike of Perrin in the 2 spot, Fuller and Perrin moving on. And Proda, Kudel, Kromowski, Gutierrez, Grillo, and Rocco. Looks like Jules Rocco up top, the 584. Running down in the second turn. I got the 4-bike sitting in that 2 spot. That's Billy Kromowski. Rocco, Kromowski, and Improda 1, 2, and 3. All 3 of these cats in the last turn, but it's still Jules on top of this one. Rocco is moving on with the 4-bike, 1 and 2. Rocco and Kromowski. 12 experts also got semis today. Rome, Perito, Oklopchich, Gagnon, Peters, and Martinez. Martinez up top, got Perito in that 2 spot. It's Box and Wrenchman down to that last turn right now. It's all Minty, Martinez, and the Beast coming down around Back in that third spot. Looks like Calejo back there trying to sneak in there as well. The 3, 6, and the 7 are moving on. Moss, Calejo, Stanton, Gasaway, and Arometer. Up top, I got the Big Boss and Landon Calejo going 1 and 2. It's the Big Boss, Landon Moss. It's Landon Calejo. It's Reaper Racing and Factory Daylight. Power Effects Colors back in that 3 spot. Got to be Slade trying to dip in there. The 30 and the 1 are moving on. Moto number 91. Martin, Semplis, Macias, Widener, and Vieira. Answer colors up top. Got Raptor colors in that 2 spot. It's going to be the J-Dog and Barrett Macias 1 and 2. The National 4 and the Nag 8. Got the Moto Hornet back in that 3 spot. The Rocket sitting in the 4. All 4 riders through that 3rd straightaway, but it's all Answer up top once again. The J-Dog doing his thing. The National 4 plate is moving on with Barrett Macias for Raptor BMX in that 2. Moto 92, 13-year-old experts now. They also got semis, 21 riders in the class. Schmiel, Kazi, Hart, Letellier, Rice, and Badoniak. Looks like the Carter man up top, Carter Hart. This dude's been super fast all weekend long. Hart rocks around turn number 2. Got the 5 bike of Kazi back there. In the zone colors, sitting in that 3 spot. Got to be Badoniak trying to dip into the top 2. Only 2 riders moving on this time. And the battle's where the 2 spot's at because the Rift rider is gone right now. Carter man gets the first round win, and the 5 is going to hold on. Mr. Chase Kazi checking out. Mazzara, Miranda, Muller, Mahoney, and Curley. The Missouri Missile up top. Chase Curley, the Hardcore Realtor racing on a Blue Springs BMX. He's on the 1 spot. We got Misfit Toys, the C and the 30 back there. That's Jumpin' Jay Mahoney and Nitro Nick for the Gatekeepers. Hardcore Realtor colors pulling away, though. The Blue Springs rider, the Missouri Missile, gets the first round win. And the Misfit Toys grab that 2 spot. Jumpin' Jay. Bryant, Fisher, McClone, Van Kesterd, and Grable. Factory send to LSG and the Bike Doctor going 1 and 2 right here. That's Spot 'em, Got 'em, and Cody V. I got the Cyclone back in that 3 spot. Answer color sitting in the 4. That's Porky. 2 more riders going to a semi-main event here in this round. Spot 'em, Got 'em gets it done, and Cody V is moving on. More 13 experts. We're taking 2 more to the semi here. Custer, Forget, Owen, Snyder, and Young. Crank Lab Marshall colors, Braden Snyder on that top spot. Got the East into the 2. That's Logan Custer for the East Coast pool. Snyder, Custer, 1, 2. Daylight colors pulling back in that 3 spot. Blake Young trying to get in there, but it's going to be the 1 and the E moving on. "14-year-old experts, Moto 96. Day, Warner, Velo, Minell, and Williams. Day takes over the top spot. Mad Max back to the 2. Looks like the Kid back in the 3 spot. The Get a Grip rider getting chased down by 2 Power Effects boys down this last straight. Mad Max trying to make his move. Here we go, the GC3 and the Nag 18. Minell Day. Moto number 97, Santana, Gorbatuk, Gordon, Porter, and Tulik. Warren G. The Regulator rips around turn number 2. Got the 8 bikes in that 2 spot. That's the Cannon, Zan, and Santana. The Regulator on the move right now for Rampage Racing. Warren G turns and burns. Regulators, mount up. Warren G gets the win right here. The Cannon's going to grab the 2. And we are on Moto 98. Idarola, Dowdy, Bowers, Gray, and Smith. Idarola on top right now. Got Dowdy that 2 spot. The Hurricane back in the 3. The boys through the 3rd straight. Chris Idarola holding it down right now. The Get a Grip rider in that 2 spot. Factory send to LSG back in the 3. Idarola, Dowdy, 1, 2. 14 experts once again. 2 more riders going to a semi. Lussier, Hubbard, Stravopoulos, Rabinowitz, and Cook. Rabinowitz up top. Hurry up, Hubbard in that 2 spot. Mason Cook back in the 3. Claiborne, Wrenchman, and the Send It National team 1, 2, and 3. Flying Ryan gets the first round win, and Hurry Up gets that 2 spot. And those cats will be back for the semi. 15-year-old experts this time, moto number 100. We only got 117 motos today, so second round can start getting ready to stage up. Second round, you'll be staging up here very shortly. 28 and the 5 on the top two spots. That's the Moose, Lucas Corbet for Down the Barrel Pizza, and Braden Gores for Factory Black Crown. 1 and 2, they roll. Danger Boy colors going to be way back in that 3 spot. But the 20 and the 5 and the 28 go 1 and 2. Gores and the Moose moving on. Quick, Moosarella, Huggins, Ligo, and Abbott. Looks like T-Rex on top. Vega colors ripping down that second straightaway. Acre in that 2 spot. Going to be Mason Abbott. It's T-Rex, Abbott, Moosarella, Quick, and Ligo. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The Vega Racer ripping down this last straightaway. T-Rex. The 4 bike will be moving on. The 9 and the 4. Abbott and Huggins, 1 and 2. Rome, Baskin, Kopetsky, Dixon, and Johnson. James Johnson on top for the Raw Race Footage crew. Sitting in that 2 spot. It's going to be the Hitman Harlan Dixon for Prophecy. Raw Race Footage and Prophecy, both riders out of Music City BMX. They ride with each other all the time, and they're both riding on to a semi here in the first round. More 15 experts. Thibault, Berens, Handy, Walters, and Taylor. Alec Taylor up top. Ashton Berens in that 2 spot. Got the GC1, a Handy back in the 3. But the top 2 riders are gone right now. That's where they rush around the last turn. Alec Taylor and Ashton Berens moving on. $16 experts on the track, Moto 104. Daza, McCarthy, Dowling, Toth, Pinelli, Dirks, and Owens. The Wildcat, Mike Owens on top. I'm taking 2 riders. I got the 13 to 7 back there banging for that 2 spot. That's Desmond Pinelli and Jackson Dirks. Everyone's chasing the Wildcat down the last turn, but the in the zone rider is flying right now. The GC3 is taking the first trip to the show. Battle for that 2 spot. On 2 wheels comes by, and Jackson Dirks moves on. Berg, Tonkovich, Beyer, Cole, Horjitson, and Steibel. J&R colors up top right now. The Tornado, Taylor, Cole in that 2 spot. Looks like the 6 of the Cooper Star. Here's the 7 and the Gold Cup 1 back there. That's Steibel and the Wild Man. Into the last turn, though. It's all the J&R ride right here. The Tornado grabs the win. And the Fortitude ride of the Cooper Star gets that 2 spot. $17.20 experts. We got 15 riders today. There is semis on the board. King, Marshall, Dye, Toth, and Walker. Max Marshall up top. Factory Answer got the GC1 of the Dye guys sitting in that 2 spot. It's Marshall and Dye looking for the first 2 tickets to the semi. And around the J&R turn they go, but it's all Factory Answer once again. Max Marshall grabs the win. The Dye guy gets the 2. Moto 107, more 17-20 experts. Whitaker, Herrera, Anderson, Hester, and Hamill. Shark swimming topside right now. Enrique Herrera doing his thing out of Cobb County. George Boy on the move. Got Hester in that 2 spot. Sia Colors back in the 3 at the moment. That's going to be Wes Hamill trying to pull into the top 2 spots, but it's all Herrera swimming down and around. The National 70 bike will be the first one to the stripe this time. 2 riders moving on. Blaze grabs that 2 spot. Herrera and Hester 1 and 2. McGann, Moscato, Barone, Bertoli, and Mendito. Moto 108 takes off down the second straightaway. 1 rider goes flying with the daylight colors on. That's going to be Mario Bertoli, your National 44 bike. Got Chippendale colors. Got to be McGann in that 2 spot. Bertoli, McGann, and the Alto ride of Matty Barone 1, 2, and 3. Moto 108 ripping down that last turn. The daylight ride of Bertoli checks into the semi with the Chippendale ride of McGann 1 and 2. $21.25 experts, Moto 109. McCabe, McCready, Mendito, Rodriguez, and Bramer. Premier colors up top right now, the Rhino. The Nag 4 on top of this one. Cyclecraft in that 2 spot. Elevate back in the 3. The Cyclecraft ride is cranking Kerry McCready. Mendito trying to rip down around. 2 riders checking out, but it's all Premier Racing down this last straightaway. Bramer gets the win. The 7 holds on. Cranking McCready moving on. 26-35 experts, Thurbichter, Harney, Healy, Marr, and Bowler. Zach Bowler on top once again, the 99 ride in that 2 spots. Paul Marr got the 30 ride of Austin Harney for the Ghost Crew back in the 3 spot. But it's all Bowler right here, the Drakewell rider. been picking up wins all weekend long. He just got another one. He's moving on to the main event with your 99 bike, Amar, in that 2 spot. Second round should be staging up. We got about 7 more motos in the first round. Healy, Rivera, Diffenbach, Carragher, and Pettinelli. I got Daddy up top right now. I got Boo Carragher sitting in that 2 spot. It's Daylight and Chippendale going 1 and 2. Daddy and Boo down around that last turn. Daddy and Boo. Got the same nicknames for you as your kids do. The 58 and the 38 are moving on. Moto 112 on the track. I got King, Luby, Hawker, Bostock, and Hots. We got a hot one down that last turn right now. Looks like TFB Design's going to be Fuzzy. Oh, no, Lubes takes over. Luby and Fuzzy 1 and 2. The Nag 5 and the Nag 16 1 and 2. And moving on to a 41-45 expert main event. Kent, Calvetti, Ecker, and Mona Smith. Chris Mona Smith on top right now. Factory answer at a Revolution Bike Park. Rocking into the second turn. In that 2 spot, looks like Steve Kent from Mythic BMX. Mona Smith, though, already gone down that third straightaway. Kent trying to hold that 2 spot. I got Ecker in the 3, and you're on 2 wheels right at Calvetti back there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Mona Smith checks into his own zip code and gets the win right here. And Kent's going to get that 2 spot in Moto 113. 4650 experts, Da Silva, Pinto, Huggins, Halbert, Baglieri, Garcia, Camarada, and Lips. The 131's Brad Halbert on top, got Huggins in that 2 spot. It's Halbert and Huggy Bear, the 131 and the 1, but we got 7 riders on the track, so 3 riders are moving on. Around the last turn, we roll all see on top out of Chesapeake BMX. Brad Halbert gets the first round win. Huggy Bear gets that 2 spot with the 1-7 rider, Camarada, 1, 2, and 3. Second round should be staging up. We are very, very close, you guys. 51-55 experts, Moto 115. Duke, Dallas, Brisson, Dowling, and Quinton. Matt Dallas up top, the Gold Cup 1 doing his things in the Sea of Colors once again. Q Money rocking in the 2 spot with the 4-4-7 rider, Brett Dowling, 1, 2. He's sitting in that 2 spot. That's Dominic Eric Coates. We're taking 2 straight to the show this time. The GC3 and the 25 are moving on. Last rack of the first round. If you guys need to get going for second round, we are already staging up and ready to go. Cummings, Dyson, Johnson, Griffin, and Gombos. Gold Cup plates on the top 2 spots right now. It's the Tomahawk Tom Johnson for Factory S Squared. It's Nigel Cummings in that 2 spot. The GC1 and the GC3 going 1 and 2. I got the Ghost sitting in that 3 spot right now with the whole straight to go. But it's going to be the Gold Cup plates. Moving on, the Tomahawk and Cummings. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the first round. Second round is about to start shortly. All right, 7-8 mixed open, moto number 1, kicking off the second round. We got 5 riders on the track: Harding, Case, Dijon Tommaso, Siracusa, and Dugan. The battle for gate picks has started here in moto number 1. The 117 up top is Will Case doing it out of Central Jersey BMX. Battle for that 2 spot. No, the 6 bike's pulling in there. 76 ride. Syracuse goes up to the top. Low picks on the line right now. Little dudes popping their way through that third straightaway. Syracuse made the move in the second turn, and Weston gets the win in round 2. Case gets that 2 spot. Harding back in the 3. Dugan and Dijon Tommaso 4 and 5. 9-10 mixed open. We got 4 riders on the track. Gracie Kindle, Bubba Harding, the E-Man, Emmanuel Soller, and Evelyn Dijon Tommaso. 39 bike up top right now. Got the B on his plate. That's Bubba Harding. Harding's got the A in the 2 spot right now. It's the B and the A going 1 and 2. Team Heckler and Signature Cycles. It's Bubba Harding and the E-Man, the B and the A going 1 and 2 around turn number 3. Low picks on the line in the main event. Bubba gonna grab the win. The 1 bike comes by. Tyndall gets the 2 spot. Solar gets the 3, and Evelyn will grab the 4. 11-12 mixed open on the track. Rush, Wellborn, and Rivest. Moto number 3 down the second straightaway. I got S-squared colors up top. That's the wild one. Tatum Wellborn. Wellborn's on the move. Got the meatball for Wheeler Dealer in that 2 spot. Mateo back in the 3. Here's our 11-12 mixed open. Comes around the last turn. Factory S-squared will jump their way down the last straightaway and get the win right here. The meatball's going to get the 2 spot, and Mateo will get the 3. 15-16 mixed open. Dugan, Lawson, and Mungyu. Violet got the first round win, and she's back on top right now. The Chaos Squad rips around turn number 2. The 261, Joel Dugan and Carl Lawson, 1, 2, and 3 once again. Your 13 to 61-year-old mixed open class. 13 to 61 mixed open. Mungyu, the young lady, gets the win. And Dugan and Lawson will go 2 and 3. Seabury, Forget, and Brunson. The 4 bikes on the move. That's Austin Seabury for the Mythic BMX crew. Here comes the 31 bike dipping low, though. That's Forget trying to get in there. It's the 4 and the 31 going 1 and 2. Got Lightning Bo Brunson back in that 3 spot. Whole straightaway to go, though. It's still the 4 and the 3-1. No, the 4 and the 4-4 possibly. The 4 gets the win. The 44 and the 31, 2 and 3. Seabury, Lightning Bow, and Forget. Brown. So Seabury and Brunson moving on. Brown, Hibbets, and Rupp. 2 more riders going to the show here in mode number 6, your 9-10 open class. Last 2 riders trying to fill that gate in the main event. Let's see who's going. We got gate 9 colors. Got to be the little Rippa up top right now. Eli grabs the win, and the 2 spots going to Cole Brown in that 2 spot. Rupp and Brown moving on. $11-12 open on the class. We got Dylan Dobell, Jess Perrin, the villain, Dylan Pfeiffer, and Billy Kromowski. I believe it's Perrin on top right now. The 3 bike down the last, the 4 bikes down the last straight. That's Billy Kromowski. Kromowski got Perrin in that 2 spot. Kromowski, Perrin, Dobell, and the villain 1, 2, 3, and 4. Motos number 8 and 9. Curly, Velo, Minell. Forget and Lestier. I think I marked this one wrong. Down the last straight, it's Hurry Up Hubbard on top. The 6, the 5-1, and the 14. Corbet, McCarthy, D-Ball, and Goris. 28 bike on top right now. That's going to be the Moose, Lucas Corbet. I got Goris in that 2 spot. 398 and the Bike Doctor back there, 3 and 4. Around the last turn, low picks on the line as always. The 28 bike gets the second round win. The Moose gets the low pick. Zach grabs that 2 spot. Goris gets the 3, and McSteezy grabs the 4. Barone, Rivera, and Griffin. Looks like we got 2 riders showing up for round 2 right now. Factory Alto on top. That's Matty Barone here in the 17-20 open class. Got the 87 of the Ghost in that 2 spot. So the 11 and the 87 will be going 1 and 2.
USA BMX, where everyone rides.
I got the Goose, Lainey Mercy, Lillian Hill, and Emily Sebastio. Looking for Eyeball and Emily Sebastio up top right now. The Catamount BMXer flying down this second straightaway. Low picks on the line for the 910 girls cruiser class. In that 2 spot, the 317 is Hill and the Goose back in the 3. The 1, the 317, the 629, 1, 2, and 3. Here in Moto number 12. The Fearless Rider will grab the second round win, and the third pick in the main event, the 317 and the 629, Hill and Murphy, 2 and 3. Total points racing all day long. Dowdy, Snyder, and Gray. Gray's back on top. Dowdy and Snyder switching it up now. We got Dowdy in that 2 spot. Snyder back in that 3 or Dowdy in the 2 spot. Snyder in the 3 spot. Gray still on top. Wicked Colors down the last straight. Get a grip. Trying to pull down the last straight. The National 64 and the National 44 go 1 and 2. And Dowdy and Snyder are tied at 5. Carmen, Koodle, Jason, and Peck. Cyclecraft Colors looking for the Mad Dog Manalina Jason on the top of this one. The Florida girl hits the last turn and takes off. She wants a lower pick in the main event. In that 2 spot, got the 1 bike of Chloe Koodle. Jason, Koodle, 1 and 2. The B in the Gold Cup, 2. Carmen and Peck, 3 and 4. Sweet, Wiley, Ligo, Russell, and Olson. 15-16 girls cruisers. We got 8 riders in the class. This is the remaining 5 right here. Looking for the low picks in the main event. On top of this one, nag plate. Got to be the Heartbreaker, Kyrie Sweet. Sweet's on the 1 spot. Got the 3 of Wiley in that 2 spot. Back in the 3. That's going to be the Animal Raquel Olson for the Crit Crew. Bike Doctor Colors sitting in that 4 spot. That's Russell and Ligo, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sweet gets the win. Wiley gets the 2 spot. Olson, Russell, Ligo, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1720 Ladies Cruisers, Moto number 16, Urban, Day, Lyman, and McKay. The ladies hit the 3rd turn And the rider coming out on top right here is going to be the 4 bike of the powerhouse, Save a Day for Get a Grip. The Get a Grip rider grabs the second round win. The 2 bike comes by for that 2 spot. That's Alyssa McKay. Got the 5 bike of the movie star back in the 3 spot. And Cinderella is going to get that 4. 2130 Ladies Cruisers. Gold Cup 1 on top. That's the Crazy Cat Lady, Amanda Rock for the Retribution Race Corps. I got Turbo Taylor Edwards in that 2 spot. And the Wakefield rider, DeLucia, back in the 3. Around the last turn they roll, but it's still the Crazy Cat Lady down the last straightaway. She's going to get the win. Turbo will get the 2, and DeLucia will get the 3. Moto 18, 46 to 50 Ladies Cruisers, Lindemann, Amaris, and Anderson. Jennifer Lindemann and Kelly Amaris going 1 and 2 with the Gold Cup 3 of Jill Anderson back in that 3 spot. On 2 wheels, Velocity and Mach 1, 1, 2, and 3. PETA looking for the win here. In round 2, the South Park girl will get it done. Maybe you still saving the legs? She's still saving the legs. Amaris in that 2 spot. Anderson back in the 3. 51-55 Ladies Cruisers, Thelogu, Lathan, and Kaminsky. The Sia rider, Kelly Thelogu, got the first round win. She's back in that 2 spot. Kaminsky got the 2 in the first round. Lathan got the 3, and they're swapped up back there. Kelly, the Nag 8, will get the win once again, and the other 2 riders are tied at 5. Motos number 20 and 21. Grillo, Sebastio, Kenny, Spoor, and Hill. 5 riders on the track, but only 4 spots available in the main event. And down the second straightaway, we roll. Up top, the 316 rider, Colton Hill. Colton Hill's pounding down to turn number 2, rocking the bike zone gear. In that 2 spot, the 901. That's Seneca Kenny. I got the 507, a Spoor, and the 44 back there. A Grillo with Sebastio sitting on the outside. All the 700 cruisers rocking down the last straight, but it's still the 316 up top. The Cape Cod rider grabs the second round win, and he's moving on. The 901, Seneca Kenny. The 507 of Spoor, and the last spot's going to the 44 of Grillo. I got 3 riders on the track and 2 spots available here in the 9 cruiser main event. Moto number 22, Konopka, Bradfield, and Gibbler. Down the last straightaway, rocket color is going to be Grambo. The 9 bike gets the second round win. The 21 is Cobra Kai in the 2 spot. Rocket and P&L Sports Davis Race Fair 1 and 2 in Moto 22. Remy LePan and Kent got the Mullet King up top. Mythic BMX on the top side of this one. Bike zone in the 2 spot. That's the Outlaw. LePan. Magnus Remy back in the 3. It's Mythic, Bike Zone, and Mythic 1, 2, and 3. So the Outlaw is sitting in the middle of a nasty Mythic sandwich right now. And down that last straightaway, the Mullet King grabs the win, and the Outlaw is also going to a main event. All right, back in Moto 20 and 21, the 44 was disqualified for actions down the last straight, and the last transfer spot will go to the 10 bike. Huggins gets the win right here, and the Gold Cup 3. Rupp and Flawless Wallace 1, 2, and 3. Once again, in 700 cruiser, the 44 was disqualified for actions on the last straight, and the 10 bike will be moving on. Moto number 25, your 11 cruiser class. I got Flyby Peck, H2O on the go, Flying J, and Mike Ugenti. We got 4 riders out there, but only 2 spots for the main event here in this one. 2 riders moving on. The National 87 ride for Elevate Racing, H2O on the go. Reed Waters got the move down that third straightaway. Battle for the 2 spot is hot right now. Waters cranking all the way around that last straight, and the Foothills rider grabs the win in round 2. He's heading to a main event. Battle for the 2 spots hot. The pump's on. The 816 and the 3. The 3 comes by. Flying J gets it done on the last straightaway. Krat, Doan, and Steiger. 2 more riders going to fill the 11 cruiser main event. I got the Gold Cup 3 and the 11 pounding down the third straightaway. The Gold Cup 3, that's going to be the Chaos Squad rider, the Light Switch, Ryder Krat. The 11 bike, the Avalanche, Austin Doan for Crit. It's Chaos and Crit 1 and 2 with the jump man back in that 3 spot. And the 3 and the 11 are moving on. Semplus, Oklopchich, Arometer, Stanton, and Moss. The Moto Hornet up top, the 13 in that 2 spot right now. That's going to be Big Boss Moss. Got Oklopchich, the Ninja back in that 3. Mr. Know-It-All sitting in the 4. Arometer in that 5 spot. Down the last straightaway, Semplice gets the win right here. Big Boss, Oklopchich, Stanton, and Arometer. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Moto 28, Muller, Badaniak, Owens, and Young. 2 riders going to the 13 cruiser main event. 4 riders on the track. And Factory Daylight's rocking around that last turn. Out of Music City BMX, Blake Young is the first one to the line here in round 2. And the 2 spots going to the 996 of the finisher, Kuba Badaniak, 1 and 2. Moto number 29, Miranda, Letellier, Snyder, and Mazzara. Factory Crank Lab, Marshall, and the Gatekeepers 1 and 2 right now. That's going to be Snyder and Nitro Nick in that 3 spot, the 6 bike. That's JD Letellier for the Sia crew trying to sneak in there himself. All the riders down to the last turn right now, but it's all Factory Crank Lab, Marshall on the 1 spot. The Horseheads rider will grab the win here in round 2, and the Gatekeepers are also moving on to a 13 cruiser main event. 14-year-old cruises, Golbatuck, Day, Warner, and Cook. Mason Cook for the Senate National team on top right now. Low picks on the line. It's in that 2 spot. I got the kid, Marshall Warner. The Ghost Ride back in the 3 spot is the Beast, Dave Gorbatuck, with the Fireball back there in that 4 spot. Mason Cook, though, grabs a second round win. Warner gets that 2. Gorbatuck Day, 3-4. Reelander, Dixon, Huggins, and Musarella. I got Huggins and Musarella 1 and 2. The Gatekeepers back in the 3 spot right now. That's Reelander and the Hitman 3 and 4. Vega Racing, CSI, Gatekeepers, and Prophecy 1, 2, 3, and 4. The Moose comes by. T-Rex will grab that 2 spot. Derail gets the 3, and the Hitman gets the 4. Motos 32 and 33. Lindemann, Morris, Toth, Berg, and Steibel. Got to be Tegan Steibel up top right now. PWR out of Eagle County BMX. The 10 bike rips and dips. Steibel's taking one of the 4 transfer spots right here. The A bike. My dude Lindemann. The 11. And the 20 of Berg. $17.20 cruiser, Moto 34, Whitaker, Walker, Moscato, and Toth. Low picks on the line right now in the zone colors. Going to be Scrappy, Aiden Whitaker on the top spot. Scrappy turns and burns in that 2 spot. Is the 6 ride right here. That's Walker, Herrera, and the 15 of Toth. $21.30 cruisers out there. Thurberger, Alan Sonoran, and Harney. The Spartan rips and dips. The Wrenchman Racing on top of this one. The Nag 6 gets the win. Moneybags and Harney 2 and 3. $31.35 cruiser, Moto 36. Dolan, Healy, and Gold. Your exit 3 riders back on top. Wakefield in that 2 spot. Classiest dude in BMX back in that 3 right here. But it's the Gold Cup plate up top once again. And Mr. Healy has another win. Roger Gold going to grab another 2. And Scotty will get a 3 again. $36.40 cruisers, Kinder, Pettinelli, and Healy. I got Daddy up top right now. Brant Kinder in that 2 spot. Choo Choo rocking back in the 3 for the Exit Bike Club. But it's all Daylight on the top spot. Your Tri-City rider hits the J&R turn and puts the gas on down this last straightaway, and the 317 gets the win in round 2. Kinder and Choo Choo 2 and 3. $41.45 cruisers, Peter, Oliviera, and Noons. We got to be Noons up top right now. Got the Mango rocking in that 2 spot. It's Noons, Olivier, and Peters 1, 2, and 3. The 17, the 1, and the 18 going 1, 2, and 3 through straightaway number 3 into turn number 3. And looking for the low pick here in the main event. Noons, the Mango, and Peters. 1, 2, and 3. Total points race, and this time it's 46.50 cruiser class. In the first round, Huggy Bear got the win. He's back on top. I have Newell with a 2 in the first round. He's sitting in that 2 spot again, and Ludacliff back in the 3, just like we ran in the first round. Vega, Psychocraft, and the Misfit Toys down around that last turn. The 1, the Gold Cup 2, and the 6. 1, 2, and 3. 51.55 cruisers, Haller, Brisson, and Langlace. Up top right now is a 3 ride. Langlace on top. Haller in that 2 spot. Brisson back in the 3. The pump's on for the 2 ride. Top rider is gone. Todd grabs the win here in round 2. He's sitting at 3 points. Brisson pulls into that 2 spot. And he'll be sitting with 3 points. And Haller has a couple of 3s after 2 rounds. Nolan, Charvet, Edwards, and Hunt. I should have at least 4 riders out there, but I only got 3. Down that last straightaway, Chris Edwards gets a second round win. The 3 bike in the 2 spot, Charvet, and your Nag 2 bike of Hunt, 1, 2, and 3. Five and under Navis on the track. Once again, Romano, Mirzayan, Horseman, Wang, and Rudiger. I got 5 riders out there. We only have a spot for 2 of these cats, though. Up top, that's going to be Mirzayan. The 13 ride in that 2 spot. The 157 right now is Hudson Romano. The 383 sitting on the outside is Lucas Horseman. He is ripping in that 3 spot, trying to get to the top 2. The 460, the 235. Lin Wagon, Liam Rudiger back there at 4 and 5. But down the last straight we fly, and it's the Send It ride coming back at us. The young lady grabs the win in round 2, and Ava is moving on to a main event with your 157 plate of Hudson Romano for the Chaos Squad. Spore, Hibbets, Masseri, and Pettinelli. 4 more 5 and under Navis out there right now. Moto number 43. They're getting lined up and situated on that second straightaway. One of them gets a little squirrely, but hangs on. Nice save. That's going to be the 23 bike of Oakley Hibbets for the Chaos Squad. Chaos on top of this one in that 2 spot. Looks like it's going to be the 978 Alex Pettinelli. It is. It's Hibbets and Pettinelli 1 and 2. Here comes Spore back in that 3 spot with your 273 at Giggles sitting in the 4. Oakley and Lex going 1 and 2. The 23 and the 978 hit the 3rd turn. Hibbets, the Central Jersey boy, will get the win here in the 2nd round. The Central Jersey lady and the 978 of Pettinelli 1 and 2. Bum, bum, bum. 7-year-old novices, Moto 44, Koodle, Dugan, and Dijon Tommaso. All 3 riders out there battling for the low pick in the main event. Up top, I got the 162 ride. Out of New York, that's Odin Dugan. I got the 21 in the 2 spot. That's Grace Koodle with Eliana back in the 3. The 162, the 21, the 44. 1, 2, and 3 here in Moto 44. Your 7 novice crew. They're just going for a cruise around that last turn right now. The 162 gets the 2nd pick here in the main event. Koodle and Eliana 2 and 3. Nine-year-old novices. On top right now, I got the 5-4 ride. The 4-5-5 got the win in the 1st round. That's the Black Cat Reeve. It's all Evelyn up top, though. The Shoreham girl trying to get the win here in round 2. Reeve, the only one to show up for the 1st round. The glitch still not to be found. The 5-4 and the 4-5-5. The 5-4 and the 4-5-5. Total points racing 11 novices down the last straight. Rin on top once again. Rin grabs the win. Robbie gets the 2 and Hill will get the 3, just like the first round. More total points racing 17-20 novices. Cyclecraft colors up top. That's going to be pink tires. Dominic couldn't make it back. Hope that dude's doing okay. It's Newell and McDonald 1 and 2. The GC1 and the 4 bike going 1 and 2 once again in round number 2. .41-45 novices. We got 3 riders on the track. I lied. We got 1 rider on the track, and this time you did it. Everyone give this champion a round of applause, please. You made us all proud, brother. The 124 OT grabs the win in round 2. Last rack of novice here in the second round. Brad Walker, Rob Markowitz, and top billing Micah Romaner. The 761 Brad Walker doing it to the BMX Insights crew. Got the 89 in that 2 spot. That's a Romaner and Markowitz. 1, 2, and 3, just like here in the first round. The Wakefield rider pulling away from the crew right now, pulling into his own zip code as he hits that last turn. And Walker has a couple of wins after 2 rounds. The 89 and the 81 will go 2 and 3 once again. Down around turn number 2, we're rolling right now with the 500 intermediate class. Whitley, Case, and Horseman. Will Case got the first round win. Horseman got the 2 spot, and Reese Whitley got that 3 spot. And I believe that's how we're rocking down this last straight for the second time. Case gets himself another ace. Horseman and Whitley 2 and 3. 7-year-old intermediates on the track. Only 2 riders moving on. Only 2 riders moving on. We got Ben Schaefer, Marcus Kopchick, Weston Siracusa, the Slingshot, Austin Bellotti, and Grange Bowler. All 5 of them in the last turn at the same time, but only 2 of these cats moving on. Who's it going to be? Down that last straight, it looks like the 3-4 Schaefer. Holy Spokes on the top spot. The 3-4 and the 7-6. Schaefer and Siracusa moving on. 5 riders on the track once again, but only 2 more spots here in the 7 intermediate main event. I got the Gold Cup 3 in the 42. That's Lashinsky and Grillo. We also got Sebastian, Konopka, and Harding out there. 3 riders in the last turn. Battle for the 2 spots where it's at. Total Control Racing is pulling away. Carter Lashinsky doing. Either rider gets the win in round 2, and the 2 spots going to the Chippendale ride of Grillo. 8-year-old intermediates now. Escobar, Murphy, and Gordon. The 5-0 ride, Luca Escobar out of Falcon BMX with the 9 bike of the Goose. Out of Cape Cod, Landon Gordon back in the 3, rocking the Gate 9 colors. It's the 50, the 9, and the 42, 1, 2, and 3 around turn 3. And Mr. Escobar gets the low pick in the main event. Murphy gets that 2, and Gordon gets the 3 here in round 2. 9-year-old intermediates, Chris Nowick, Pawarzik, and Brown. Gate 9 colors on top once again. This time it's Jackson Krasnowik. Krasnowik on the move. Got Pawarzik in that 2 spot. Peyton Brown for exit 3 back in the 3 spot. It's the 5-5, the 3-9 in the Gold Cup. 1, 1, 2, and 3. Looking for the low pick in the main event. Mr. Krasnowik will grab the 2 in the second pick. Pawarzik gets that 3rd pick, and Brown will get the last pick in the main event. 10-year-old intermediates now. Weldon, Nugent, Solar, Sebastio, and Wallace. The 20 in Diego, 1 and running right by me. That's Wheels and the E-Man 1 and 2. Flying around that last turn. Low picks on the line right here. Everyone's moving on though. Wheels grabs the win. The E-Man, the 7, the 1, and the 39. Nugent, Sebastio, and Flawless Wallace. 11-year-old intermediates this time. Gilling, Smigo, and Sullivan. The Pack Boys go 1 and 2, rocking right by me. It's Dreams on top, Gilling in that 2 spot. Sweet Dreams running it down that 3rd straightaway. The Boss Man popping back in the 3. Sullivan, Gilling, and the Boss Man 1, 2, and 3. Sweet Dreams looking for that second round win. Pedaling over everything right now. The 9 and the 35. Carter comes by for that top spot. Gilling, Dreams, and the Boss Man. Twelve-year-old intermediates down around turn number 2. I got Cameron, D'Angelo Tonio, the Shark, Kylie Perez, and Mateo Rivest. All 3 riders flying down around triple digits up top. Going to be the 102 ride of Mateo Rivest. Rivest gets the second round ace right here. The 19, the 2 spot is D'Angelo Tonio and the Shark in the 3. 14-year-old intermediates. I got the Cracker, Hudson Anderson, and Tristan Mandy. Hudson Anderson up top. Sitting in that 2 spot is the Cracker right now with Mandy back in the 3. Battle for that 2 spots, getting pumped down to this last turn. A little high, a little low, and coming right back at us, but it's still the 2-8 on the top side of this one. The Mach 1 rider. Anderson grabs the win. The Bike Doctor ride of the Cracker gets the 2, and Mandy will get the 3. 15-year-old intermediates. The Freight Train, Aiden Burgess and Caleb Bagshaw. Up top right now, it's going to be Eli Crandall on the 1 spot. We only got 2 riders out there. Crandall showed up this round. Bagshaw showed up this round. So the 3 and the Gold Cup 1 will go 1 and 2 in round 2. Moto number 60, Wasaka, Ligo, and Nunes. The 16 intermediate's been total points racing all day long. We got a good one down in turn number 2. Wasaka takes over the top of this one. Nunes back to that 2 spot. Ligo sitting in the 3 right now. New England BMX Plus. Looks like the Misfit Toys in the 2 spot. The pumping down the last straightaway. And Wasaka gets the win in round 2. Nunes and Ligo 2 and 3, just like the first round. 17-20 intermediates now. Harbaugh, Cullah, and Kaniksi. The Velocity rides up top. That's Nick Cullah. Cullah's got the 4-9 at Turn Reaper for Smash It Up Bike Shop in that 2 spot. It's the 5-2 and the 4-9 going 1 and 2. Still wondering where Cowboy BMX is. The 52 and the 49, though, moving on. 41-45 intermediates. McClone, Avery, and Vieira. Danny McClone back up top. The Cape Cod rider got the win the first round, trying to make it 2 of a kind. Avery for Damage Crew back in that 2 spot once again. And MBC Bikes, Matty Bahama back in the 3. 1, 2, and 3. They rolled just like this in the first round. Top rider is gone, and McClone gets the win in round 2. Damage and MBC 2 and 3. 51-55 intermediates, Moto 63. 3 riders on the track, the Graham Cracker, Lauren Wren McDonald, and Chris Mungu. Three bike on top right now, that's the Wren McDonald. The Gold Cup 3. Got the 15, pulling that 2 spot. The Graham Cracker goes for the move. Mungu rips around the outside. But it's going to be the Gold Cup 3. First one down this last straightaway. McDonald, Mungu, and the Graham Cracker, 1, 2, and 3. 56 and over intermediates, Moto 64. Gagnon, Delamere, and Lawson. Sea colors on the top of this one. We got Misfit Toys in the 2 spot. It's the 89 and the 25. That's the Moose and Mike Gagnon with Carl Lawson back in the 3 for the Bike Zone crew. Stia looking for the win here in the second round. Misfit Toys chasing around that last turn. Woodland and Whip City flying back at us. Oh, boys, the pump's on. And the 89 and the 25 do go 1 and 2 with Lawson in the 3. And just like that, welcome back to the Girls Club, everyone. Hibbets, Rome, Masseri, Fowler on the track, the 7 girls experts. Flying down the second straightaway, looks like Rome pulling up to the top right here, the Trumbull local. Flying around turn number 2, got the Nag 10 in that 2 spot, that's Flower Power. Hibbets and Masseri, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The local girl trying to get the win here in round 2. Down the last straight, we're rolling right now. It's all Rome on top. Rome rocking on this last straightaway. Flower Power in that 2 spot for Fox Hunt Racing. Rome, the Fox Hunt ride. The Chaos ride. And the Chippendale ride. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 9 girls experts, 3 riders on the track right now. Low pick on the line. Tyndall takes over the show. Carmen back to that 2 spot. Super Duper Z rocking in the 3. But it's all Gracie Tyndall right now, the Tribble Creek rider, all the way from Florida. Makes the move in turn number 2 and takes over and rocks down this last straightaway. The 1, the Gold Cup 3, and the National 95. 1, 2, and 3. 10-year-old girls experts. Schaefer, Norris, White, and Suarez. The Lightning Bugs on top. I got Gabby Suarez in that 2 spot. Back in the 3, it's Isla Norris and Claire Schaefer. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The girl from Michigan pumping down that last turn for ASN. Send It Fly out of Richfield Park BMX. Selena White wants the win here at round 2. Gabby Suarez chasing around that last straightaway. White, Suarez, Norris, and Schaefer. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 11-year-old girls experts now. We got 3 riders out there battling for a low pick. I got Lucy Muller, the Little Ripper Zoe Snyder, and the Meatball Eva Rush. Snyder on top, Rush in that 2 spot. Gonna be Muller back in the 3. It's the Chaos Squad and Wheeler Dealer battling down this last straightaway. Chaos will get the win. Wheeler Dealer gets the 2 spot, and Bombshell New York pulls a 3. 12-year-old girls experts this time. Farrell, Gray, Wellborn, and Conley. The Firefly takes off down that 3rd straight. Sitting in that 2 spot. Looks like the Crazy Cat. Going to be the Wild One. And Peaches, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Top 3 riders come flying on this last straightaway. It's the Gold Cup 1 and the Nag 7 with the pump right now. The Nag 7 and the Gold Cup 1. The Firefly, the Crazy Cat, the Firefly, the Wild One, and the Peaches, maybe 1, 2, 3, and 4. That was really close. Very, very close. Thirteen-year-old girls experts, Walter, Spraza, Peck, Jason, and Putt Camp. We got Cyclecraft colors on the 1 spot right now, ripping and dipping. Going to be the Mad Dog battling the Jason. The Mad Dog's got the pump down the last straightaway. She's got the win in round 2. The 9 bike, Spraza. The 4 bike, the 3, and the Gold Cup 2. Walters, Peck, and Putt Camp. I got Hale, Haltz, and Carmen. Carmen's on top. Stinks McGee's in that 2 spot. Give him Hale back in that 3. It's the Gold Cup 2 and the Gold Cup 1 flying around that last turn with a 3 bike chasing him down. And the battle's down the last straightaway. Damage, S squared, 1, 2. Cruiser, Stinks, and Haltz, 1, 2, and 3. (15-16) girls experts, Sweet, Wenzel, and Wiley. Sweet's on the 1 spot. Wiley's in that 2 spot. Wenzel back in the 3 right now, trying to chase the ladies down and around the last turn. But it's all the heartbreaker. Kyrie and Lorna Wiley. 1, 2. Olsen, Spencer, and Russell. Addison Spencer on the top. The battles for that 2 spot right now as Addison pulls away. The Wrenchman rider is rocking right now. Crit colors in that 2 spot. Bike Doctor sitting back in the 3. It's Olsen and Russell back there battling for the last transfer. 15-16 girls expert class. Addison Spencer will get the win right here. Down the last straight. The Gold Cup 3 and the 6. The Animal. Sweet, Martin, Days, Peraza, and McKay. All 5 riders moving on. They're just battling for the picks around this last turn. Mode number 74, your 17-20 ladies expert class. Gold Cup plate on top right now. Sweet. They get a grip ride of Day in that 2 spot. (21-30) ladies experts. Robeson, Sargent, and Pettinelli. I'm looking for Izzy up top for the PWR crew once again. The 1 bike all by herself down this last straightaway. Got Pettinelli in that 2 spot. And Becca Sue's back in the 3. The 1, the 22, and the 4. 1, 2, and 3 once again. Moto number 76. 4150 ladies experts. Total points racing all day long. Mama Hugs got the win in the first round. She's sitting on top right now with the Vega colors on. The time to shine rider in that 2 spot is Sparky Kugler, who got the 2 in the second round. And the on 2 wheels rider Dirks back in the 3. Once again, the 4, the Nag 8, and the Nag 9 down the last straight. And that's how they're going to finish. Last rack of your ladies here in the second round. Last rack of ladies here in the second round. Thologu, Badaniak, and Kaminsky. Power Effects on top. See you back in that 2 spot. Chippendale sitting in the 3. It's the Check Chick, Thelogu, and Mama Marge. 1, 2, and 3 around turn 2 and down that 3rd straightaway. Moto number is 77. Class is 51 and over. Ladies experts. But it's all Sonia once again. The Nag 2 grabs another ace here in the 2nd round. And Sia and Chippendale will go 2 and 3. Just like round number 1. 5 and under experts. Wang, Darling, and Lomascolo. The Factory Daylight Ride picked up the win the 1st round. The Man in Black grabbed the 2 spot, and the Send It Ride got the 3. 2 and 3 are changed up right now, but it's still going to be Kiki Wang up top. Wang trying to get the win once again. The 5 experts at the 2nd turn and take off. The GC3, the Nag 16 to the Nag 7, 1, 2, and 3. Darling and Lomascolo swapping it up in the 2nd round here. The Man in Black chasing down Tanner down to that last turn. All of them coming back at me real hot right here. So after 2 rounds, Wang's got a couple of aces, and the other 2 riders are tied at 5. Six-year-old experts. Long, Spore, and Hibbets. Moto 79 Alto on the top spot right now. That's the Milo Man, Milo Long. Long's on top, Cash in that 2 spot, and Ridge back in the 3. It's Long, Hibbets, and Spore. Alto, Sprocket Kings, and the Chain Reactors ripping and dipping the JNR turn and coming back at us. The Alto ride grabs the win in round 2. That's the Milo Man. Cash gets the 2 spot, and Ridge will grab that 3. Moto number 80. Brown, Como, Farrell, and Hill. The 7 experts on the track right now. We got a rock plate up top. That's Colton Hill. Colton Hill's running around turn number 2. Got Como in that. Jamison Farrell back in the 3 with Cole Brown sitting in your 4. But it's all the rock plate down the last straight. The Cape Cod rider super fast. Colton Hill gets the win here. Como gets the 2 spot. Farrell, Brown. Sturgeon, Vanetta, LePan, and Richardson. The Outlaw Gunner LePan's on top of this one. Got Noah Richardson in that 2 spot. Vanetta back in the 3 right now. Leaving Sturgeon sitting in the 4. The 8 experts all checking out of this one. That's just a low pick on the line, and all the cats come ripping around the last turn. But it's all bike zone down the last straightaway. The Outlaw grabs the 2nd round win. Richardson gets that 2 spot. Vanetta and the Turbo Man. 9 experts on the track. We got 5 riders out there, but only 2 of these cats are moving on. Only 2 riders are moving on. Lussier, Rome, Forget, Clark, and Bradfield. Around the last turn and down the last straight, we're flying right now. It looks like it's going to be the 5 bike up top. That's 50-50. 50-50's got the upper hand. Cobra Kai's got the 2 spot, and the 5 and the 2 are moving on. We're taking 2 more riders to the 9 expert main event. Kanopka, Fowler, Kent, Zimbardo, and Jones. 5 riders out there. It's Answer Colors up top, got the 2 in the 2 spot. That's going to be Squirrely and the Mullet King, the GC2 and the 2 going 1 and 2 around turn number 3 right now. Factory Answer, Mythic BMX looking to check out of this one. 3rd spot says, I'm not done yet. That's the 18 bike of Fowler, but it's going to be Squirrely and the Mullet King moving on. Castellano, Seabury, Moreau, Rupp, and Sturgeon. We're rocking down. Looks like Zach Moreau on top right now. Getting chased down by everyone. Oh, man. Battle for that 2 spot. They're bumping bars back there. The H-Bike sneaks in. That's Fast Cast popping in the 2 spot. Moreau. No. Fast Cast goes all the way to the top. Castellano, Moreau, 1 and 2, boys. Brunson, Cock, Dowses, Pinelli, and DeSouza. The Silent Assassins up top right now. Got Braxton Pinelli for Smash It Up in that 2 spot. Looks like Lethal Threat Colors in the 3. Got to be the Rad Man sitting on the outside right now on Moto number 85. 2 more riders going to the 10 expert main event, and we're down the last straight. Factory Full Tilt grabs the first transfer spot, and the 1-8 ride for Smash It Up gets that 2. Cox and Pinelli. Dobell, Williams, Waters, Doan, and Rodriguez. 2 riders out of this one going to a semi. I got Hilo on top. Here comes the J-Bike. That's the Jackpot sitting in that 2 spot. Dylan Dobell on the outside right now as only 2 cats are moving on. It's all Sean Carvajal's Factory. LDC down this last straightaway. The LDC get it done once again. Hilo is checking out. 2 spots going to the Alto rider, the Jackpot. Peck, Pfeiffer, Ugenti, and Ricketson. More 11 experts looking to check into a semi-main event. Rider on top right now is going to be Mike Ugenti for the Team Omega crew. We got the 11 bike, a flyby in that 2 spot. Sitting on the outsides, the Bill and Dylan Piper for the Sia crew in the Gate 9 colors in the 4 spot. Down to the last turn, we fly. 2 more riders going to a semi here in this round. Still the Team Omega ride. Ugenti and the 11 of flyby Jonah Peck, 1 and 2. Improda, Kudo, Gutierrez, and Gorillo. The 8 in the National 73 going 1 and 2. That's Eli Gutierrez for Factory Daylight here. The Power Effects ride is the Punisher. Alessio Improda in that 2 spot. Gutierrez, Improda, rocking and rolling. Number plate. Oh, it's a K-bike back in that 3 spot. That's Flying J. But it's the 8 in the Nat 73, 1 and 2. Twelve experts on the track. Moto number 89, Rome, Oklopchich, Gagnon, and Peters. Got to be the Ninja up top right now. Dylan Oklopchich down in the last turn. The Ninja turns and takes off. The Northern Virginia boy trying to grab a win in round 2 and go to a semi-main event. He's on his way, and so is Miles Rome in that 2 spot. Stanton, Gasaway, and Rominer. Slay goes flying down into turn number 2, and Power Effects rips right by him. You got Pat Colors in that 2 spot. That's Mr. Know-It-All. The 5-2 back in that 3 spots. The neutral drop. Alex Arometer, 1, 2, and 3. 2 more riders going to the show in this round, and it's all Slay down that last straightaway. Super smooth as always, and Caleb's moving on, and so is Mr. Stanton in that 2 spot. Martin, Semplis, and Vieira. It's the Rocket up top. I got the Motor Hornet in that 2 spot. The 7 bike is just that guy. Dayton Vieira back in the 3 for the Mythic crew. Factory Redmond Davis and the South Park boy rocking them down and around. The Rocket and the Motor Hornet are heading to semis. 13-year-old experts this time. Schmiel, Letellier, Rice, and Badoniak. Up top, I got Logan Rice. I got the finisher in that 2 spot. That's Badoniak. It's Rice, Badoniak, 1 and 2. Schmiel and JD back there, 3 and 4. But our top riders are banging on this last straightaway, but they're not done yet. They're fighting for that. Kuba comes by. Logan gets the 2. Badoniak, Rice, 1, 2. Mazzara, Miranda, and Muller. More 13 experts on. Got to be Nitro. Nick up top right now with the Gatekeepers. Got the 3 bike Miranda and Cole Muller back there banging for that 2 spot. Battles for the 2 as our top rider pulls away. Nitro Nick rips her on the last turn of the 30 bike out of New York for the Gatekeepers. Gets the win right here. The battles for the 2, the 3, and the 24. Miranda. Fisher, McClone, and Grable. Bike Zone colors up top right now. Give me the Cyclone. Easton McClone. I got Porky in that 2 spot. Shoeless, Blake Grable sitting on the outside right now as all 3 of them burn through that 3rd straightaway, but it's Bike Zone and Factory Answer. 1 and 2. Cape Cod, Whitney Mesa, McClone, and Fisher moving on. Forget, Owens, and Young. Daylight colors up top. I'm looking at Blake Young on the 1 spot. The 13 bike out of Music City rocking through the 3rd straight in that 2 spot. Is going to be the 19 of the French Quebecer for the A-Rush crew. It's Young, Forget, and Owens, 1, 2, and 3. And Young and Forget are headed to a semi-main event. 14-year-old experts on the track right now. Warner, Velo, and Williams. The Night Train's on top. Got the kid rocking in that 2 spot. Back in the 3 is the 5-1 of Tom Velo, 1, 2, and 3. Factory full tilt, Power Effects. Down to the last turn. Okie Healy and Hagerstown coming back at us. The Night Train still doing his thing. The 33, and then the kid comes by. Warner and Williams, 1 and 2. Gorbatuk, Porter, and Tulloch. The 4 bike on top is the Darkness. Donovan Porter got the 11 bike at the Beast. Dave Gorbatuk in that 2 spot. It's the Darkness and the Beast getting chased down by Tulloch. 1, 2, and 3 right now. The 4, the 11, and the 24 ripping down and around, but it's all the 4 down the last straightaway. Donovan, the Darkness, Porter grabs the ace for Donnie Robinson's Dream Team, and the 11 bike does it for Ghost BMX in that 2 spot. The Beast, Dave Gorbatuk. Bowers, Gray, and Smith. I got Gray up top, Smith in that 2 spot. The Cat sitting on the outside. It's Factory send to LSG, rocking through that 3rd straight at the moment. The Akron rider on the move down to the last turn. Kai Gray, fresh off of injury and flying once again. The Hurricane gets the win. 2 spots going 2. The Cat comes by. King Kitty gets it done. 14-year-old experts on the track right now. Last rack of them going to a semi-main event. I got Lussier, Stravopoulos, and Cook. The Reaper up top. Got to be Lussier in that 2 spot right now with Mason Cook sitting on the outside as they rip 1, 2, 3 down the last straightaway. Nag played on top for the Factory Alto crew. The Reaper gets the win. Lussier gets the 2. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming. 15 experts out there, moto number 100 on the track. I got Guay, Reelander, and Andrews. Rocco Andrews up top, rocking the I Am Cook here. I got Guay in that 2 spot. Reelander back in the 3 right now as the 15 experts go flying through the 3rd straightaway. The I Am Cook ride on top of this one, but here comes Guay down the last straightaway. Guay, Andrews 1 and 2. Quick, Musarella, and Ligo. The Moose takes off down into turn number 1. Got Quick popping in that 2 spot. Got to be Nate Ligo for the Chippendale crew back in the 3. Moto 101 rocking down that last second straightaway, but it's all CSI BMX Ministries. Local Boy on top. The Moose, the Wyatt and Wonderful, and the 84 Nate Ligo 1, 2, and 3. These cats are heading to semis. It's CSI and Packed on the last straightaway. The 13 and the 6 go 1 and 2. Rome, Baskin, Kopetsky. Jackson Kopetsky up top, factory send to LSG. Rocking down into turn number 2 in that 2 spot. Looks like damage colors. Got to be Baskin with Rome sitting in that 3 spot. It is the 16, the 22, and the 3, 1, 2, and 3. And our factory send to LSG rider is rolling right now. Jackson Kopetsky gets the win here in round 2. He's moving on, and our second place rider will be the damage ride of Colin Baskin. Last rack of your 15 experts here in round 2. Thibault, Handy, and Walters. Chase Handy up top. Got Thibault sitting in that 2 spot right now. The Bullet Train for the Guy Brothers crew out of Southern Maryland sitting on the outside as we rip and dip the J&R turn. And here come the boys, everybody. Back down that last straightaway. Still Handy on the move. The Gold Cup 1 and the 398 go 1 and 2 and are headed to a semi-main event. Daza, McCarthy, Dowling, Toth, and Pinelli. We got a lot of riders out there right now, but I can only take 2 to the main event. It's in the zone colors down to that last turn. The GC3, the Wildcat, Micah Owens, is back for round 2. He just got the win, and the 2 spot's going to go to the 1-4 ride of the D-Train, Toth. Berg, Tonkovich, Horderson, and Steibel. I got Steibel on top. The Wild Man avoids the carnage in round 2 and rips around the outside. We're getting our down rider checked out real quick. But down the last straight they go. The 7 and the GC1 are moving on to a main event. Checking Matt out real quick. We're right back with you fine folks. right, big round of applause, guys. Big round of applause. Here we go. Moto 106, your 1720 expert class. I got King, Toth, and Walker out there. On top of this right now is the Javon King for the Frequent Flyers. Walker rocking that 2-spot. Toth back in the 3 is the Frequent Flyers. BMX Insights and TNT Bicycles 1, 2, and 3 around turn 3 with 2 riders checking into a semi-main event. It will be the 3 and the 4 going 1 and 2. Moto 107, Whitaker, Anderson, and Hamill. Wesley Hamill on the top spot, got scrappy in that 2-spot. The 17 bike, the boss man sitting on the outside for the Mach 1 crew. See it down that last turn in his zone, chasing him down the round. The C and the GC2 are headed to a semi-main event. Moscato, Barone, and Mendito. Moto 108 flying down the second straightaway right now. It looks like Mendito up top. Hellfire Cutters in that 2-spot. Alto rocking back in the 3. Black Crown, though, pounding down the round. Mendito down that third straight. The Moose trying to hold down that 2-spot. Matty Barone trying to find a line to the top 2. And here come the boys once again. Down that last straightaway, it's still going to be Black Crown and Hellfire moving on. .21-25 experts, McCabe, Mendito, and Rodriguez. Evan Mendito for Elevate Racing this time. Sitting in that 2-spot looks like Josh McCabe and the 127 ride of Rodriguez 1, 2, and 3. Mendito and McCabe looking to check out. Rodriguez trying to chase the boys down. It's the 170, the D, and the 127, 1, 2, and 3 down the last straightaway. The 170 and the D moving on. 26-35 experts, Thurrichter, Harney, Healy. Moto number 110. All 3 riders checking out. We got Ghost Colors on top right now. That's Austin Harney looking for the 3rd pick in the main event. I got Steve Healy, the GC2 for the Exit 3 Bike Club. And your See a Ride of Moneybags 1, 2, and 3. Finishing up the second round here. We got about 7 more motos after this one. We're getting there, guys. Harney grabs the win. Healy and Thurrichter 2 and 3. Healy, Rivera, and Diffenbach. Moto 111. The 121 is going to be Rivera on top right now. Rivera has got Choo Choo and Diffenbach 1, 2, and 3. Rivera, Healy, and Diffenbach, the 121, the 12, and the 53. Around the last turn, low pick on the line once again here in the main event. Whole River grabs the win. The 12 and the 53 will go 2 and 3. Motos 112 and 113. King, Hawker, Hotz, Calvetti, and Ecker. One rider is not moving on. Let's find out who's going to be. Up top right now, I got Only Jeans King. King on top with Ecker in that 2-spot. Cyclecraft colors. Going to be the hot one, Hotz and Calvetti, I believe, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Down the last straight, dude on top made that number plate today. Did a little arts and crafts. I like it, brother. The 49, the 61. Hawker and the 40 and the Gold Cup 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4. De Silva, Pinto, Baglieri, Garcia, and Lips. 4650 experts. 4 riders out on the track. 4 riders will be moving on out of this one. Everyone's going. It's just who gets to pick first in the main. The Gold Cup 1 on top. That's going to be BB Garcia. Garcia, Lips, De Silva, Pinto, and the Italian Dragon 1, 2, 3, and 4. 51-55 experts, Moto 115, Duke, Brisson, and Dowling. Duke's on top. Coastal Racing got daylight colors in that 2-spot. That's Brian Brisson. Brett Dowling for the Port Jefferson Bike Doctor back in the 3. The 80, the 4, and the 447, 1, 2, and 3 around turn 3. The Coastal Racer grabs the second round win. Duke gets it done. Brisson and Dowling will go 2 and 3, and we'll see you guys in the main event. 2 more motos here in the second round. 2 more motos in the second round. And one of them's going to be a boat ride. Captain Rick and the Mad Dog, you guys are going to a main event. How lucky is that? Because these 3 actually have to race it out. You guys just get hooked up. You must be special. Moto 117, Remo Dyson, the Vince Ghost Griffin, and Chris Gombos. Chris's sponsor is Netflix. That's awesome. Down that second straight, we're rolling right now. It's the 87 rider, the Ghost on top, got a 72 at Dyson, that 2 spot. The Netflix rider back in the 3 right now. Rolling to the top of turn 2. But it's all the Ghost down this last straightaway. The Shoreham guy grabs the win in round 2, and Dyson gets that 2 spot. And we're moving on to semis, everybody. Semis coming up here shortly. How much does Netflix give you every year, brother? Is it a lot of money? They hook you up, don't they? The turns were brought to you by Netflix.
Mojo BMX Distribution sells the fastest brands in BMX. Speedco, Avian, Maybo, Inspire, and IRC tires, to name a few. Accepting dealer and distributor applications now. Visit mojobmx.com to see our full product lineup.
Do you like BMX?
I like BMX.
Well, so do we.
Welcome to Full Tilt Bike Co., where we're a collective of young racers working to build the largest selection of BMX race products. But we're not your typical mail-to-order store. So make sure you check out the Full Tilt Bike Co. YouTube channel, where we do product spotlights, bike builds, and give out BMX racing tips and tricks.
Join the community and see what the new age of BMX product sales looks like. Bleh.
For over 35 years, J&R Bicycles has been delivering BMX around the world. With a live inventory website, same-day shipping, and a warehouse full of the best brands, J&R Bicycles is your one-stop shop for all things BMX. Click, buy, save at jrbicycles.com.
USA BMX, where everyone rides.
I like BMX.
Well, so do we.
Welcome to Full Tilt Bike Co., where we're a collective of young racers working to build the largest selection of BMX race products. But we're not your typical mail-to-order store. So make sure you check out the Full Tilt Bike Co. YouTube channel, where we do product spotlights, bike builds, and give out BMX racing tips and tricks.
Join the community and see what the new age of BMX product sales looks like. Bleh.
Semi number 1 on the day. We got 12 semis today. I got the 11 expert class flying down that front straight. We got the O-Dog, Owen Peters, Eli Gutierrez, the Kamikaze, Jacob Caldwell, the Punisher, Alessio Improda, Billy Kromowski, and Mike Ugenti. Looks like the O-Dog up top right now. The GC1 goes flying down in turn number 2. Looks like maybe Alessio in that 2 spot. It is. O-Dog goes down. Improda and Caldwell take over. Kromowski back in that 3 spot. Daylight Colors sitting in the 4 right now. Got to be Gutierrez back in that 4 spot. But it's all Improda up top right now. We're checking on the O-Dog over in the second turn. Caldwell, Improda, Kromowski, Gutierrez. Round of applause for the O-Dog, everybody. Bum, bum, bum. Second semi of the day right now. More 11 experts. I got High-Low, Deuce Coupe, Rocco, Jackpot, Perrin, and Flyby. Down to the first turn. Looks like Alto colors popping off to the top of this one. That's going to be the Jackpot, Titus Williams. Williams down that second straight. Looks like a High-Low for Factory Sean Carvajal's LDC popping in that 2 spot. Rocco back in the 3 and your daylight ride of Deuce Coupe pulling in that 4 spot. A-Rush sitting on the outside right now as we roll through that third straightaway. Perrin trying to sneak in there. Oh, man. High-Low goes for a little high-low in that last turn. And Rodriguez takes over. Sebastian grabs the win. The Jackpot, Rocco, and Perrin. Moves being made in the 11X class. Widener, Gasaway, Oklopchich, Martinez, Moss, and Rome. The J-Dog goes ripping down. Got Mini Martinez in that 2 spot. Back in the 3 spot right now. It's the big boss, Moss. I got a Klopchich and Slay banging for that 4 spot right now as we pound down to the last turn, but it's all factory answer up top with Box Rocket in the 2. Down the last straightaway they go. Widener gets the win. Minty grabs the 2 spot. The battle's on for the 3, 4, 5, the 30, and the 20. Big Boss and the Ninja hold on because Slay was charging down that last straightaway. Macias, Martin, Semplis, Perito, Calejo, and Stanton. Barrett Macias for Raptor BMX Racing out of Morgan. Top of this one, I got Davis Raceware in that, Redmond and Davis in that 2 spot. That's the Rocket, Alexander Martin. Down the last straight, still Barrett Macias, the Nag 8 on the move right now. He's going to be checking into a main event. In that 2 spot will be the Rocket, Alexander Martin, the 1 and the 2, Calejo and Semplis. Semi number 5, your 13 expert class. Hart, McClone, Fisher, Curley, Custer, Badonic, Young, and Forget. Going to be the Carter man up top. Factory Rift Tangent. Got the Cyclone sitting in that 2 spot. Porky back in the 3 with the e-bike of Logan Custer holding down that 4 spot. Daylight colors sitting in the 5 right now. That's Blake Young trying to dip in there. But as the Carter man first down the last straightaway, the Cyclone grabs the 2 spot. Porky and the E of Custer, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bryant, Van Kesteren, Kazi, Snyder, Mazzara, Mahoney, Rice, and Miranda. Spot him, got him up top right now. Raylan Bryant, factory send to LSG at a Rock Hill BMX Supercross. Whoa, Cody V goes ripping down to turn number 2. We lose a bunch of them right there. Things getting crazy. Snyder stays up. Here comes Nitro Nick in that 3 spot. The 3 back on his pedals. Everyone racing out, boys. Let's go. Down the left straightaway. Spot him, got him, gets it done. Snyder jumps back up. He sneaks in there. Nitro Nick grabs that 3 spot, and our last transfer spot is Mr. Chase Kazi, everybody. Carnage in turn 2 again. We are having some fun now. Big round of applause for all those down riders, you guys. You guys got me again with the gate drop. Semi number 7. I got Minell, Stravopolis, Santana, Dowdy, Porter, Gray, Bowers, and Hubbard. 14 experts pound down in the first turn. Let's see who comes out on top of this one. Looks like Minell on top right now. Mad Max on the top spot. Going to be Stravopolis in that 2 spot. It's Power Effects and Alto going 1 and 2. Back at the 3, it's the Cannon, Zane, and Santana, and the 4 ride of the Darkness. Donovan Porter hold on to that 4 spot. Down to the last turn we go, but it's all Mad Max once again. The Nag 18 down the last straightaway. He's moving on to a main event. The Reaper's checking out. The A ride of the Cannon. The last spot's going to the Darkness. 1, 2, 3, and 4. More 14 experts. I got the Fireball, the Regulator, Idarola, Lussier, Flying Ryan, the Kid, the Night Train, and the Beast. On top right now, looks like it's going to be Hayden the Fireball Day for Get a Grip on the top spot. Got the Night Train Rocket in that 2 spot. It's Day, Williams, 1 and 2. Flying Ryan Rabinowitz back in that 3 spot. The 6 and the G banging for that last transfer. That's Lussier and Idarola back there. Down to the last turn they roll right now, but it's all the Fireball, Hayden Day. The GC3 takes a trip to a main event in this one. The Night Train in that 2 spot. The 10... Have to check on that last one. Kopetsky, Goris, Berens, Huggins, Andrews, Dixon, Baskin, and Handy. T-Rex up top right now. Tyree Huggins for Vega Racing in that 2 spot. Got to be Jackson Kopetsky for Factory Center LSG. I got Braden Goris. I got Ashton Berens and Rocco Andrews. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The Hitman sitting in that 6 spot. Here come the boys, everybody. Down and around, we're rolling, but it's still T-Rex up top. Kopetsky, Goris, and Berens. All 4 riders are moving on. Semi number 10, more 15X, Alec Taylor, the Moose, the Pink Panther, Gway, Johnson, the Moose, Wyatt Quick, and Zach Thibault. Rider up top are now going to be Taylor on the 1 spot. Factory S Square got the 28 bike of the Moose sitting in that 2 spot. Back in that 3 spot, looks like raw race footage, and Gway. Going to be Johnson and Gway holding down the 3 and 4 spot as we hit the last turn. Ripping back at us right here. Alec Taylor gets the win. The 28, the NAG 13, and the 491. Corbet, Gway, and Johnson. Two more semis on the day. Semi number 11, Marshall, Bertoli, Hester, Hamill, Dye, and King. Max Marshall up top right now. Got Mario Bertoli in that 2 spot. Looks like Dye and Hamill 1, 2, 3, and 4. The King and Hester back there 5 and 6. But it's all factory answer up top with Daylight popping in that 2 spot. S Squared, Ancia 1, 2, 3, and 4. Marshall, Bertoli, the Die Guy, and Hamill moving on. Last semi of the weekend. This is your last semi of the entire weekend, you guys. I got Herrera, Mendito, Moscato, McGann, Whitaker, and Walker, your 1720 experts. Last semi of the day. We're moving on to mains here shortly. Looks like the Shark swimming on top right now. Got to be Herrera. Black crown colors, Mendito in that 2 spot. I got the Moose and McGann back there 3 and 4. Scrappy Whitaker sitting in that 5 spot. Here come the boys one more time. Down around that last turn. It's all the Sharks swimming up top right now. The Sharks swim to the win right here. Mendito, Moscato, McGann. Main event's coming up here in a minute, everyone. Bam.
Anybody sitting by the starting gate, please do not make noises during the command of the gates. Thank you.
All right, we got open jackets up here. Open jackets. Eva Rush, Jake Nugent, Violet Mungyu. This can't be right. It says Zach Quick, but I'm pretty sure this is for my son Wyatt Quick, but I could take it. And Eli Gutierrez. Open Jackets, please make your way to the finish line, please. Wyatt Quick for your open jacket. And Violet Mungu.
I know I talk a big game. I know I talk a big game. I know I talk a big game. I know I talk a big game.
I talk a big game, cause I can back it up. I put my money where my mouth is, then I stack it up. I talk a big game, cause I can back it up. I put my money where my mouth is, then I stack it up. Big game, big game, big game, big game, big game, big game, oh, yeah. My whole team, they proud of me. Y'all know what it's about to be. Y'all just sit back, watch this greatness. None y'all can come after me. I am the one with the master plan. Got all of you calling me Master P. I got the game in the bag, and you know I'm the king. Don't come after me. It's a big game, walking like I talk it. Yeah, I need rings. I ain't got no options. Yeah, I got the chips on repeat. Better watch how you talk when you see me. Got it out of the mud, yeah, I'm knee deep. And I rap for my team 'cause they need me. Too easy, don't believe me. I'm too much at once, don't you OD. I'm not what you want on G.O.D. Pay me your respect 'cause you owe me. Owe me, never change, still the same. Running things in my lane, play the game, gotta reign, anything. Know I gotta back it up 'cause I talk a big game, 'cause I can back it up. I put my money where my mouth is, then I stack it up. I talk a big game, 'cause I can back it up. I put my money where my mouth is, then I stack it up. Big game, big game, big game, big game, big game, big game, big game. Oh, look, I don't play no games, I got no time for.
We still need 3 more people to help hand out trophy slips. If you'd like to come hand out trophy slips, come on down here to the finish line. You will get a free t-shirt. So come on down the finish line. You want to help hand out trophy slips. So once we get our trophy slip people, we'll be able to start the main events.
You got a small time to act. It's best to stay where you at. This ain't a game. I am just looking to conquer. I am no I might just wait on your conscience. You had the options, way that I play it on hunch. The way that it's looking is scary. These wins, they all necessary. Heavyweight, big games. The motto the same, I talk a big game. Big game, cause I can back it up. I put my money where my mouth is, then I stack it up. I talk a big game, cause I can back it up. I put my money where my mouth is, then I stack it up. Big game, big game, big game, big game, big game, big game.
I still need 2 more people for Trophy Crew. You guys want to do Trophy Crew? 2 people, let's go. Hey, Lil, you in? All right. Five, 6, 7, and 8, you guys. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hey guys, do you know what this sound means right here? It means we're about to kick off these main events here on the last day of the New England Nationals. Thank you, sir. My hype man over there. 7-8 mixed open, getting locked and loaded on the gate. Let's do this thing. And here comes main event number 1. Will Leclerc, Ted Payne, Super Duper Z, Weston Siracusa, Will Case, the O-Man Owen Harding, Odin Dugan, and Eliana Dijon Tommaso. Looks like Leclerc on top right now, ripping down into the second turn. The 22's on the move. Got Ted in that 2 spot. The Quebec boys go 1-2 with Super Duper Z back in the 3. Got the 76 in that 4 spot. That's Weston Siracusa. 1, 2, 3, 4 they roll, but it's the Quebec Riders on the top 2 tickets once again. Down around that last turn, the 22 trying to grab the ace here in the main event and stand at the top of the podium. And it looks like he's going to hold on. Leclerc, Payne, Pangione, and Siracusa 1, 2, 3, and 4. Main event number 2, your 9-10 mixed open class. The Little Nuge, the Hummingbird, Bubba, Gracie, the E-Man, and Evelyn Dijon Tommaso. Down in the first turn we go. Looks like it's going to be Gate 9 colors ripping off to the top of this one. I'm looking for LaJoy up top. The Hummingbird doing her thing out of Tri-City BMX. The GC2 down that second straightaway. Popping in that second place. Looks like the 7 bike right now. The Little Nuge, Jacob Nugent for Reaper Racing and Ninja MTB. Gate 9 and Ninja MTB go 1 and 2. Third straight action going on. The young lady trying to grab the win here in the main event of the 9-10 mixed open class. They've all got a straightaway to go, but it's the Gold Cup plate popping down this last straightaway. The Hummingbird puts the pump on and grabs the win. Little Nuge gets the 2 spot. The 1 bike is Gracie Tyndall and your B-Ride of Bubba Harding 1, 2, 3, and 4. Solar and Dijon Tommaso rounding them off 5 and 6. 11-12 mixed opens. Farrell, Urena, Wellborn, Rush, and Rivets. Main event number 3 happening right here and right now. Down into turn 1 we go. Looks like the Firefly ripping up to the top of this one for Roll With Us. The GC1 down that second straightaway. Got the Factory Girl rocking in that 2 spot. It's the Gold Cup 1 and the Nag 1 going 1 and 2. The Wild One back in the 3 spots, the Nag 8. Still the Firefly up top. Wellborn rips into the 2 spot. Urena back to the 3. It's Roll With Us. Factory F squared and Power Effects Power Effects Speedco. I'll get it eventually. A little tongue-tied there. Farrell gets the win overall. Wellborn and Urena 2 and 3, and the 102 of Rivest gets that 3-4 spot. 15-16 mixed opens. Dugan, Lawson, and Mungyu. Main event number 4 goes ripping down the second straightaway. Violet's been running the show all day long. She's got a couple aces. This is your 13 to 61-year-old mixed open class. 13 to 61, the young lady on top once again. I got Joel Dugan in that 2 spot and Carl Lawson back in the 3. They've been rolling 1, 2, and 3 this way all day long. Violet gets the win in the main. Joel, Carl 2 and 3, and they'll finish just as they cross. Cox, Moreau, Castellano, Dowsett, Seabury, Brunson, Rupp, and Brown. Factory full tilt. Pops down in the first turn, looking for the Silent Assassin, Grayson Cox. Cox goes flying down that second straight. Looks like we got Moreau in that 2 spot. It's the Nag 6 and the 774 going 1 and 2 down into turn number 2. The Silent Assassin on the move. Zach Moreau, the H ride. That's Fast Cast back in the 3. I got the 4 bike. Austin Seabury sitting in that 5-4 spot. Gate 9 colors back in the 5. Got to be Eli Rupp. Last straight action going down, but it's still the Silent Assassin Cox. Grayson jumps his way down to a main event victory. Moreau gets the 2 spot. Castellano, Seabury, and Rupp 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 11-12 open. Main event number 6. Barrett Macias, Alessio Improta, Eli Gutierrez, Billy Kromowski, Jess Perrin, Dylan Dobell, and Dylan the Villain Pfeiffer. Looks like Macias up top now. Raptor BMX down the second straight. Got Billy Kromowski in that 2 spot. It's the Nag 8 in the 4 going 1 and 2. Dylan Dobell back in the 3 spot right now. Gutierrez sitting in that 4 spot. Perrin in the 5. Everyone through that third straightaway right here, but it's all Macias up top once again. Raptor BMX looking for the top of a podium here on day 3 of the New England Nationals, and Barrett just got it locked. Kromowski, Dobell, and the 8 of Gutierrez. 13-14 open, main event number 7. Minell, Santana, Porter, Gray, Hubbard, Velo, Lussier, and Curley. Down the second straight, we roll, and it's the 8 bike on top, the Cannon, Zan, and Santana. Santana's got the darkness in that 2 spot. Looks like Gray back in that 3 spot right now. Got to be Mad Max rocking in the 4. But right now, it's all the Cannon. Can he hold on for a whole nother straight? Zan turns and takes off the 8 bike out of New York, trying to get the top of the 13-14 open, and he will. The Cannon gets the win. The darkness gets the 2 spot. The Hurricane and Mad Max 1, 2, 3, and 4. Corbet, Guay, Thibault, Quick, Goris, and McCarthy. Braden Goris hits the first turn and takes off down that second straightaway. Factory Black Crown all over the top of this one. Sitting that 2 spot. It's got to be Guay for the Danger Boy crew right now. Black Crown, Danger Boy 1 and 2. The 28 ride is the Moose Corbet. Thibault, Quick, and McCarthy. Goris gets the win. Guay grabs the 2. The Moose, Zach Thibault, Wyatt Quick, and McSteezy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 17-20 open. We started today with 4 riders. Only got 3 riders out there right now. The Die Guy, Hunter Dye, Matty Barone, and the Ghost, Vince Griffin. The Die Guy on top of this one got Barone in that 2 spot. It's S-Square and Alto going 1 and 2 down into turn number 2. The 87 ride is Vince the Ghost Griffin back in that 3 spot. It's the young dudes, though, ripping down this last turn. The Die Guy trying to get the win here in the main event today, and he will. Hunter Dye is the winner. Matty Verone gets the 2, and Vince Griffin gets the 3. White, Norris, Sebastio, Hill, and Murphy. 9-10 girls cruisers down into turn number 1. All weekend long, and the Richfield Park BMXer is back on top once again. The GC3 down that second straightaway. 2 spot right now. I got Norris out there. I got Eyeball and Emily sitting in the 3 spot. It's Hill, Murphy, 4 and 5. The pumps on through the 3rd straightaway. The ASN, Send It, and Fly Ride about to get the win once again. The Lightning Bug picks up the ace. Norris, Eyeballing, Hill, and Murphy. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Main event number 11, your 11-12 girls cruiser class. We got the Nightmare Amelia Dowdy, the Little Ripper Zoe Snyder, and the Crazy Cat Kaylani Gray. The Crazy Cat's got a couple of aces right now. The other 2 riders are tied at 5, but it's Dowdy up top with your National Nintendo plate in that 2 spot. Get a Grip, Wicked, and Chaos 1, 2, and 3 down around the second turn and through that 3rd straightaway. Dowdy sitting with 5 points, trying to get the main event win. This Little Ripper sitting with 5 points back in that 3 spot, and the Crazy Cat sitting at 2 right there in the middle. So Dowdy grabs the main event. Gray gets the 2, and the Little Ripper gets the 3. However, the National 64 plate will get the 1. The National 44 will get the 2, and the National 92 will get the 3. 13-14 girls cruisers, main event number 12. Dakar, Jason, McCain, Koodle, Hale, Carmen, and Peck. Addison Dakar up top once again, flying down into turn number 2. I got the 1 ride of Chloe Koodle in that 2 spot for Factory Sean Carvajal's LDC. Looks like it stinks back in that 3 spot right now. All the ladies come down around, but it's all Factory Answer up top. Dakar gets the win once again. Koodle grabbing that 2 spot. Stinks in the 3. And the Marshall ride of Mayhem McCain in that 4 spot. Fifteen, 16 girls cruisers. Porter, Pierce, Sweet, Wiley, Stone, Olson, Russell, and Ligo. Kim Porter up top right now, rocking down that second straightaway. Factory Daylight on top. Got the Tater Tot for Cyclecraft in that 2 spot. Looks like Stone back in the 3 right now. Sweet sitting in that 4 spot. Battle for the 3's where it's at. It's all Daylight, though, around this last turn. Kimberly Porter looking to get it done once again out of North Bay BMX. Your National 10 plate. Put the pump on. The National 88 in the 2 spot. Porter in the top, 1 and 2. Stone, Sweet, 3 and 4. Sweet, Rachel, Day, McKay, Lyman, and Urban. Main event 14. Down into the 1st turn we go, and it's all Claiborne colors popping down around. Mayhem, Marley, Rachel, your National 34 plate. Mayhem on the top spot. The National 5-9 is the Predator. Pippa Sweet in that 2 spot. It's Claiborne. the bike doctor, and get a grip. 1, 2, and 3. The powerhouse sitting in that 3 spot. The battle is up top, though. A little high, a little low, and here come the ladies, everybody. Mayhem, Marley Reichel trying to hold on for the last straightaway, and she will. Reichel, Sweet, Day, McKay, Lyman, and Urban. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 7. Main event 15, 21, 30 ladies cruisers. DeLucia, Rock, and Edwards. The Crazy Cat lady's been running this one all day long. The Whip City Rider is sitting in that 2 spot, I believe. It looks like Turbo Taylor Edwards up top right now. The Nag 6, the Gold Cup 1 of the 1, 1, 2, and 3 around the second turn. Down the third straightaway they fly. The 21-30 ladies, total points racing all day long. Taylor's trying to grab the win in the main event. The Nag 6 pops down the last straightaway. She's going to get the win in the main. However, the Gold Cup 1 gets the win overall. The Nag 6 gets the 2 spot, and the 1 bike will get the 3. 4650 ladies cruisers, main event 16. Kugler, Dirks, Amaris, Lindemann, and Anderson. Time to Shine up top. That's going to be Sparky Kugler on the top spot for the Time to Shine crew. I got Dirks in that 2 spot. Peta back in the 3. Kelly Amaris for the Velocity crew in that 4 spot, and Jill Anderson back for the Mach 1 crew in the 5 spot. But it's Time to Shine first on the last straightaway. The 5 bike out of Chesapeake gets the 4650 ladies cruiser main event win. Dirks, Lindemann, Amaris, and Anderson. $51.55 cruisers, Thelogu, Lathan, and Kaminsky. Kelly Thelogu up top right now. Got Mama Marge in the 2 spot. Lathan and Kaminsky are tied at 5 points, so the battle's for that 2 right now. Thelogu for Sia out of Cape Cod BMX. Already got 2 wins on the day, but she's going for the perfect score. She hits this last turn. She's got Chippendale and Wrenchman chasing her down. The Nag 8, the Nag 3, and the 2, 1, 2, and 3, and they'll finish just as they cross. Seven other cruisers go ripping down that first straightaway now. I got Noah Lomascolo, the Hot Rod Lincoln Moore, Beckett Brammer, Bjorn Leclerc, Colton Hill, Seneca Kenny, Ridge Spore, and Alexander Sebastio. Down the second straight we roll. Looks like Lomascolo up top right now. Factory S squared colors ripping down to turn number 2. I got the Mohawk. Here comes the Power Effects ride. That's the Hot Rod Lincoln Moore. The Mohawk goes to 2. The Hot Rod back to the 3. 3, 1, 6 back in that 4 spots. Colton Hill for the Bike Zone crew. Got to be Leclerc sitting in that 5 spot, but it's all Noah right now. Lomascolo turns and burns, puts the gas on. The Nag 10 is going to be standing at the top of the podium here on day 3 of the New England Nationals. Brammer, Moore, Hill, Leclerc. Grover, Castley, Mirzayan, Jones, Gibler, Bradfield, Kent, and LePan. Main event 19 down that second straightaway. Rider up top right now. Got the Island of Misfit Toys colors on. That's got to be Bryce Grover. Grover's got the 316 training of the missile in that 2 spot. I got Squirrely Jones back in the 3 right now. The 9 cruisers take off down the last straightaway, but it's still Grover trying to hold on to the top of this one. The missile trying to find a line by. The pump is on for the young dudes right here. Grover, Castley, Jones. Ten-year-old cruisers on the track. Main event number 20. Huggins, Rupp, Wilson, and Wallace. I got Zio, the Grasshopper, Huggins for Vega Racing on top. I got Leaping Lane rocking in that 2 spot. DeBear and Flawless Wallace, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The Grasshopper's doing his thing. Manual action down that 3rd straightaway. Leaping Lane chasing him down with the pump action. The Gate 9 rider. DeBear, Jeremy Rupp back in that 3, and Flawless Wallace for the Island of Misfit Toys down that last straight. The pump's on, though. Here comes Leaping Lane. Wilson goes by. Huggins back to the 2 spot. Rupp and Wallace. Fuller, Rodriguez, Waters, Rocco, Crack, Grillo, Koodle, and Doan. Daylight colors on the move right now. Going to be Deuce Coop, Cooper Fuller. Ripping down into turn number 2. I got Jules Rocco in that 3 spot. Hilo Rodriguez for Sean Carvajal's Factory LDC in the 3. I got Waters. I got Kratt, 4 and 5. Here come the boys, everybody. Your 11 cruisers take off around the last turn, but it's still going to be Deuce Coop. We dropped a rider in that last turn. Coop on the move right here. Fuller gets the win overall. Fuller, Rocco, Waters, Kratt, Koodle. And how about a big round of applause for Hilo, everybody? Main event 22, your 12 cruiser class. Semplus, Martin, Frito, Martinez, Masso, Klopchich, Stan, and Arometer. Down the second straight, looks like it's the Moto Hornet on top right now out of South Park. BMX sitting in that 2 spot. Going to be the Redmond ride of the Rocket, Alexander Martin. It's the Hornet. It's the Rocket 1 and 2. I got Klopchich back in that 3 spot right now. The Ninja trying to hold it down. Around the last turn they go. Still South Park on top. Can the Moto Hornet hold on? Here comes the Redmond ride. Down that last straightaway. The Rocket gets it. The Moto Hornet gets the 2 spot. The Ninja and the Big Boss, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thirteen-year-old cruisers, McClone, Van Kester, Young, Snyder, Kazi, Mazzara, Grable, and Badoniak. Looks like the Cyclone up top. Once again, Bike Zone colors down into turn number 2. I got the K-Bike trying to pull for that 2 spot. That's Kazi. Here comes the 8 rider, Blake Young, 1, 2, and 3. Snyder in that 4 spot. Shoeless back in the 5. Kuba sitting in the 6. Gatekeepers back in the 7, and here they come down the last straightaway. Bike Zone taking this one home. The Cyclone gets it done. Kazi grabs that 2 by a nose. And your Daylight ride gets that 3. That's Blake Young. Fourteen cruisers out there right now. Main event 24. Dowdy, Rabinowitz, Cook, Warner, Gorbatuk, and Day. The 14 cruisers pound down the second straightaway. Looks like Day coming off to the top of this one. I got Power Effects in that 2 spot. Got to be the kid, Marshall Warner. It's Day, Warner, 1 and 2. Dowdy back in the 3. Cook, Rabinowitz, and the Ghost Rider, Gorbatuk, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The 14 cruisers turn and burn, but it's all the Fireball up top. Day trying to stay at the top of the podium. He will. Warner grabs the 2 spot, mama. Dowdy, Cook, Rabinowitz, and the Beast, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Johnson, Andrews, Musarella, Lorenz, Huggins, Reelander, and Dixon. 15 cruisers down into the first turn we go. Main event number 25. Going to be T-Rex popping off the top of the Vega crew. In that 2 spot, looks like it's James Johnson now. And Ashton Lorenz, 1, 2, and 3. I got Rocco Andrews. I got the Musarella back there. The Hitman. And D-Rail, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It's all Vega up top, though. Vega turns and takes off. Raw race footage in that 2 spot. A-Rush back in the 3. T-Rex grabs the ace right here. Johnson, Lorenz, Andrews, Musarella, Dixon, and Reelander, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Main event 26, your 16 cruiser class. Owen, Steibel, Dirks, Lindemann, Tonkovich, Morris, Berg, and Dowling. Steibel takes off at the top of this one now. Teagan down that second straightaway. Looks like the Wildcat, Micah Owens in that 2 spot. I got the Wild Man, Mikey Tonkovich in that 3 spot. Dirks back in the 4 spot right now, but it's all Steibel down to that last turn. Teagan trying to get it done right here for PWR on Eagle County BMX. The 10 bike grabs the win. Owens gets the 2. Tonkovich, Dirks. McGann, Hester, Whitaker, Moscato, Walker, Herrera, and Toth. 17-20 cruisers down in the first turn right now. Looks like the Sharks swim off to the top of this one. Andrew Herrera down that second straightaway. Looks like I got the Moose in that 2 spot for the Hellfire crew. It's Herrera. It's Moscato, 1 and 2. I got Hester, McGann, 3, 4. Whitaker back in that 5 spot. Walker sitting in the 6. Toth in the 7, and here they come down the last straight. The Sharks trying to swim to the top of the podium. The Hellfire ride trying to grab that 2 spot. Herrera, Moscato, Hester, Whitaker, McGann, Walker, and Toth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. .2130 cruisers, Mendito, Alan Sonoran, Thurwichter, and Harney. Main event 28 takes off on the first turn. Looks like Mendino for Elevate Racing up top right now. The Elevate ride ripping down that second straight. We got Wrenchman colors in the 2 spot. Got to be the Spartan. The 323 in the next 6 getting chased down by the Ghost Rider of Austin Harney, 1, 2, and 3 with Moneybag sitting in that 4 spot. Coming down that last straightaway. Elevate's going to get the win. Mendito, Alan Sonoran, and Harney. Moving on to main event 29. I got Dolan, Healy, and Gold. Steve Healy's been rocking and rolling all week long. This dude's got a couple of wins already, but he's about to make it 3 of a kind. Roger Gold's got a couple of 2s, and Scotty Dolan's got a couple of 3s. The GC won the 1 and the 12. 1, 2, 3 once again, and they're finished just as they cross. Bellotti, Pettinelli, Kinder, and Healy. 3640 Cruisers, main event number 30. Down the first straight we fly. The factory roll with us. Ryder has been rocking and rolling all weekend long. Let's see if Boom Boom can do it one more time. Bellotti, first one down the second straight with the Nag 10 on the move right now. I got Daddy rocking in that 2 spot. It's the Nag 10 and the 317 1 and 2 with Kinder and Choo Choo going 3 and 4. Boom Boom and Daddy down in that last turn. Boom Boom on the move. Factory roll with us. Gonna grab the top of the podium on day 3 of the New England Nationals. Bellotti gets it done. Daddy grabs the 2. Kinder and Healy 3 and 4. .41-45 Cruisers, main event 31. Luby, Nunes, Oliviera, and Peters. Coach Lube's up top right now. I got the 17 in that 2 spot. That's Nunes. The Pink Mango back in the 3, and Kyle Peters rocking in the 4. The 21, the 17, the 1, and the 18. 1, 2, 3, and 4 around turn number 3. But it's all see ya up top. The Wakefield rider looking for the win here, and he's about to get it. Luby, Nunes, the Mango, and Peters. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Huggins, Newell, and Benoit. Total points racing once again. Huggy Bear's got a couple of aces. Keith Newell's got a couple of 2s, and Ludacliffe's got a couple of 3s. Vega Colors back up top. Cyclecraft rocking in the 2 spot. It's the 1, the GC2, and the 6. 1, 2, and 3 once again. This time in the main event. I know I say it all the time, but all the Huggins are super fast. And down this last straight, the Hampton Riders got himself another win. Newell and Benoit 2 and 3, and they'll finish just as they cross. Main event, number 33, your 51-55 Cruiser class. Haller, Brisson, and Langlace. Daylight Colors on the move right now. Going to be Brian Brisson up top in that 2 spot. I got the 3 ride of Todd Langlace. It's Brisson, Langlace, and Haller. Well, right now, 1, 2, and 3. Coming down that last straightaway. The 2, the 3, and the 290 go 1, 2, and 3 and finish just as they cross. Main event 34 on the track right now. 56-60 Cruiser class. Johnson, Cummings, Nathanson, Edwards, Charvet, and Hunt. Couple of gold plates in the top 2 spots. It's the GC2 and the GC1 right now. Tomahawk goes to the top of this one. Nathanson trying to pull in that 2 spot. Cummings trying to hold on to the 2 spot right now. Battle for the 2's where it's at. Charvet back in the 3 spot. The old guys taking off around the last turn, but it's all the Tomahawk for the Factory S Squared crew down that last straightaway. Johnson gets the win. Nathanson, Cummings, Charvet, Edwards, and Hunt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Bum, bum, bum. Your diaper dashers, your cookie snatchers, your leaders of the free world rookies. Here they come, your 500 nobbies on the track right now. Bustos, Dombrowski, Carpenter, Kratt, Mirzayan, Hibbets, Romano, and Pettinelli. The 184, Nolan Carpenter up top. Got the 100 bike of Bustos in that 2 spot. It's Carpenter. It's Bustos, 1 and 2. The 157 ride back in the 3 is Hudson Romano with your 226, 100 Dombrowski. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think I may have called out too many numbers there. The battle around the last turn, though. The top 2 riders ripping and dipping. Nolan Carpenter trying to hold on. Carpenter gets the win. Bustos gets the 2 spot. Kratt back in the 3. Romano and Dombrowski 4 and 5. And we are back. Main event 36, your 7 Navi class. Maher, Dugan, Kudel, and Dijon Tommaso. 7 Navis on the track right now. Pound down that second straightaway. I'm looking for the 190 ride of Jake Maher up top. Mar on the 1 spot once again to the 21, that 2 spot. That's Gracie Koodle. It's Mar, Koodle, Dugan, and Dijon Tommaso, 1, 2, 3, and 4, but our top rider is pulling away. Putting the pump on through that rhythm section right now. This dude wants the win really bad right here. Jake Marr just got the 7 novice main event win. Koodle, Dugan, and Eliana. Nine novices on the track right now. Main event number 37, Reeve, Wico, and Dijon Tommaso. The Black Cat was the only rider to show up here in the first round. We got 2 riders out there once again. It's Reeve and Dijon Tommaso out there. Evelyn's up top. She's sitting with 5 points after 2 rounds. The Black Cat is sitting with 3 points after 2 rounds. And down the third straight, the girls put a pump right now. The Glitch didn't show up all day long. Hope she's doing okay. The 5-4 and the 4-5-5 coming back at us. The 54 will win the main event. However, the 4-5-5 gets the win for the day, and the 5-4 will get the 2. Main event 38, Hill, Pettinelli, and Sapana. Rin on top once again, and she's won the first 2 days. So something's about to happen, everybody. Sapana, Hill, and Pettinelli. Getting Pettinelli checked out over in that first turn. This young lady rounds the last turn right here. Makes her last trip down the last straightaway as a novice, everybody. This is your newest 11-year-old intermediate. Hill gets the 2 in the main event, and Pettinelli gets the 3. So the 26 will get the 1. The 117 gets the 2, and the 51 gets the 3. And we're checking on our down rider over there in turn number 1. He's going to ride it out. So big round of applause, everybody. $17.20 novice on the track, main event 39. I got Pink Tires and Angela McDonald out there. Dominic Rosario took a little digger in the first round. Hope that dude's doing okay. We'll see him back here shortly. The GC1 rips around turn number 2 with the Cyclecraft colors on. Angela McDonald in that 2 spot out of Cape Cod BMX. They've been rolling 1 and 2 all day long. The GC1 and the 4 down into turn number 3. Pink Tires is going to be standing on top of the podium today. McDonald's going to get that 2 spot, and they'll finish just as they cross. Main event number 40. Dugan, D'Angelotonio, and Dijon Tommaso. We had 5 riders signed up for this class today, but somehow only have 3 riders here in the main event. Tell me how that works out, guys. Down that second straight into the second turn we go. It's the 261 of Joel Dugan. Dugan's got the 720 of D'Angelotonio in that 2 spot with your 124 OT back in the 3. It's the 261, then 720 and the 124. Nice and spread out on the track right now. Joel Dugan is your winner on the day. Scotty's going to grab the 2 spot, and OT will get the 3. 51-55 Navies, Walker, Markowitz, and Arometer. Total points racing all day long. Brad Walker's already got 2 points. Top billing, Mike Arometer's got a couple of 2s, and Rob Markowitz has got a couple of 3s, and here they come down the second straightaway. Walker back on top. BMX Insights on the top of this one. Wakefield BMX. The 89 in the 2 spot is Mike Arometer for the Damage Crew once again. 1-2, they rock right by me with Markowitz back in the 3. These gentlemen have been going like this all day long. Walker standing at the top of the podium on a Sunday afternoon. Arometer and Markowitz 2 and 3, and they'll finish just as they cross. Moving on to the intermediate class now. I got Reese Whitley, William Case, and Henrik Horseman. Up top right now, Will Case doing his thing once again. The Central Jersey boy has been running the show all weekend long. The 117 on the move, got the 123, a Horseman in that 2 spot. The 104 back at the 3 is Reese Whitley, 1, 2, and 3. It's Central Jersey, Hunterdon County, and Burlington BMX flying down to the J&R turn and rocking down and around back at us. Case has already got 2 wins, but he's going home with a perfect score today. Horseman's going to get that 2 spot, and Whitley will get the 3, and they'll finish just as they cross. Madorn, Kenny, Moreau, Waters, Schaefer, Lashinsky, Siracusa, and Gorillo. Down in the first turn, we fly. The 7 intermediate main event 43 is coming down the second straightaway. Top rider pulling away from the pack. I'm looking for Cash Money Madorn on the top spot. It is actually the 45 of Seneca Kenny. Kennedy's got Madorn in that 2 spot. It's the 4-5 and the 5-4 going 1 and 2 with the 7-6 of Siracusa back in the 3. I got Moreau in that 4 spot. Main event 43 hits the last turn and takes off, but it's still Seneca up top. Your Cape Cod rider grabs the win on day 3. Cash Money gets that 2 spot. Siracusa, Moreau, and Lashinsky. Eight-year-old intermediates, Leclerc, Payne, Escobar, Murphy, and Gordon. Main event 44 turns and takes off. On the rider on top right now has got to be the 374 of Ted Payne. He's got Leclerc this round. The Quebec boys, though, turn and take off. The 50 bike is Escobar back in that 3 spot. I got Gordon. I got Murphy 4 and 5. Payne's been chasing Leclerc around the track all weekend long. Can he get this one right here in the 8 intermediate class? Both the Quebec boys down the last straightaway. The 374 and the 22. And the pump is on. Who's it going to be? Ted holds on. Will gets the 2 spot. Escobar, Gordon, and the Goose, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nine-year-old intermediates, Remy, Krasnowick, Pawarzik, and Brown. Mythic colors on the top right now. This is going to be the 27 ride of Magnus Remy. Remy's got the 5-5 of Krasnowick in that 2 spot. I got the 39, Pawarzik, and Peyton Brown, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Top rider pulling away. Mythic trying to grab the top of the podium here in the 9 intermediate class. The gate 9 rider trying to hold on to that 2 spot. It's the 27 and the 55 going 1 and 2. Remy gets the win. Krasnowick going to get the 2. Pawarzik and Brown 3 and 4. Semplus, Dakar, Harding, Weldon, Solar, Nugent, Sebastio, and Wallace. 10 intermediates in the first turn. I'm looking for the 777 of the Bull, James Semplus up top. South Park BMX boy down that second straightaway. I got Double D for the John Bradley Custom Crew in that 2 spot. It's the Bull and Double D 1 and 2. Here comes the 30 ride though. The 39 bike, Flawless Wallace for the Island of Misfit Toys dips into that 2 spot. Everyone chasing the Bull down to that last turn. James Semplice coming back at us. The 777, the luckiest dude I know. He's got the Misfit Toys chasing him down that last straightaway. The Bull, Flawless Wallace, and the Bull. Double D back into 3. What a race that was. Mandy, Jones, Gilling, Sullivan, and Smigo. Down in the first turn we go, and coming out down that second straightaway. They're lined up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Rider up top, though, the 170 at Weston Mandy. Mandy has got Gilling and Dreams going 2 and 3. You got the Ginger Ninja back in that 3 spot. The Ginger Ninja pops into the 3 spot. Dreams back to the 4. I got the Smash It Up ride of the Boss Man Gavin Smigo back in that 5 spot. And here come the 11-year-old intermediates, everybody. Down around we fly. Still the 170 on top of this one. Weston Mandy just locked up the top of the stairs right here. Gilling, the Ninja, Dreams, and Smigo, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 12-year-old intermediates now. Sapana, Rivas, D'Angelo, and Perez. I'm looking for Paxton Sapana up top. The 148's been rolling and running this show all weekend long. And there he goes. New Jersey boy goes flying right by me. D'Angelo in that 2 spot. The Shark holding on for the 3 with Rivas in that 4. The 12 intermediates go flying down into turn number 3. One rider comes down around, and Paxton's about to lock it up once again. The 148 is your 12 intermediate main event winner. D'Angelo, the Shark, and Mateo, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Main event 49, your 14 intermediate class. Krawchuk, Anderson, the Cracker, and Tristan Mandy. 4 Shoreham riders out here battling it out at Trumbull BMX. Down that second straight, we flow with the 1-4-1 on top. Tristan Mandy. Mandy on the 1 spot. I got Krawchuk in that 2 spot. The 28 by Anderson and the Graham Cracker. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tristan Mandy comes down around the 141. Will get the main event win. 2 spots hot right now. Krawchuk trying to get it done. Krawchuk in the 28. Krawchuk, Anderson, and the Cracker, 2, 3, and 4. Main event number 50. I got Dominic the Demon Simonson, the Freight Train, Eli Crandall, Caleb Bagshaw, and Aiden Burgess. Looks like the Demon taking off on top right now. The 10 bike goes flying down into turn number 2. The Demon's on the move. Got the 3 bike at the Freight Train in the 2 spot. It's Simonson and Crandall 1 and 2. Bagshaw back in that 3 spot. Might be missing a velocity ride right here. But it's going to be the Demon with the win in the 15 intermediate class. The Freight Train going to get that 2 spot, and Bagshaw in the 3. Total points racing for main event 51. It's 16 intermediate class. Wasaka's got a couple of aces. Noon's got a couple of 2s. And Autumn has a couple of 3s. Into the first turn we go and running down that second straightaway. Rider up top's got the blue on right now. I believe it's a 976 of Wasaka. He's already got a couple aces. New England BMX Plus in that 2 spot. We got the Misfit Toys and Chippendale 1, 2, and 3. The 976 pounding for the perfect score. He's got a whole straightaway to go. Charles down that last straightaway. Chuck gets the win in that 2 spot. Noons and Ligo 1, 2, and 3, and they'll finish just as they cross. 17-20 intermediates now. I got Thomas Fratto, Nick Culla, and the Turn Reaper, Xavier Kaniksi. Top 2 riders battling down that second straightaway. Rider up top will be the 1-5 rider right now. Fratto trying to hold it down. Fratto's got a 5-2 for the Velocity crew. Nick Culla back in that 2 spot. The smash it up ride of the Turn Reaper popping in the 3. The 15, the 52, and the 49. 1, 2, and 3 down into turn 3. A whole straight to go, and here come the boys, everybody. Back at me right now. The 1-5 trying to hold it down. Fratto. Culla Fratto. Nick takes it at the line. The 5-2, the 1-5, and the 4-9. 1, 2, and 3 in main event 52. Avery, Vieira, and McClone. Danny McClone back on top once again. The 7 bike looking for a little magic to happen as he rips around this last turn. And ladies and gentlemen, this is his last trip as an intermediate down this straightaway. Danny McClone is your newest 41-45 intermediate. 46-50. Oh, he is. Whoa, man, thank you for clarifying that. He's your newest 46-50 expert. And they'll finish just as they cross the 7, the 115, and the 15. He got class down and still worked that one right there. Langlis, McDonald, Mungu, and Graham. Third straight action going on right now in your 51-55 intermediate class, main event 54. Down that last straightaway, it's the 1-6 rider Langlis up top. Todd gets the win overall. The GC3 is Loren McDonald in that 2 spot. I got Mungu and the Graham Cracker 3 and 4. 56 and over intermediates. Coach Curtis, the Moose, Mike Gagnon, and Carl Lawson. Last rack of intermediates for the weekend right here. Ripping around the first turn, and here we go. We're flying down straightaway number 2. I got Sia Colors up top. Got to be Rob Delamere, the Moose. The Moose is on the move. He's got Coach Curtis in that 2 spot. It's the 8-9 and the 1-7 going 1 and 2 with the 25 back in the 3 and the 560 popping in the 4. The Moose trying to hold off Coach Curtis for a little bit longer. The Misfit Toys and Bike Zone back there 3 and 4. It's Sia and Crit 1 and 2. Back at us, though, the Sia ride. The 89, the 1-7. Check. Hey, hold the slips for that one. Hold the slips for that last main event. We got to go and check something out real quick. Which means... welcome to the Girls Club, everybody. Jones, Huggins, DeSalza, Rome, Fowler, Hibbets, and Masseri. The wild card on top right now. I got Pretty Eyes in that 2 spot. It's Jones and DeSalza 1 and 2 with Sonic Huggins back in that 3. Isadora Rome popping in the floor spot right now. Flower Power, I believe, in the 5. Hibbets, Emissary, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, but it's all the Answer Army down this last straightaway. Addie Jones trying to get this one done. Pretty Eyes rocking that 2 spot. Jones, DeSalza, Huggins, 1, 2, and 3. Rome, Fowler, Hibbets, Emissary, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Man, there I am. Back in 56 and over intermediate, the lead rider, Delamar, was moved to last place for actions in the last straight. The lead rider, Delamar, was moved to last place for actions in the last straight. Nine-year-old girls experts on the track. LaJoy, Carmen, Tyndall, and Pangione. Ruby Carbon popping off at the top. Damage colors down in turn number 2. Carmen, she's got 2 straights ahead of her. Here comes the one ride. Gracie Tyndall trying to go low. No, Carmen tries to hold on. Carbon holds on. LaJoy back on her bike down that second straightaway right now. Pangione popping the 3 spot, but it's all Ruby around this last turn. The GC3 and the 1 down this last straightaway. Carmen, Tyndall, 1, 2. Carmen, Tyndall, 1, 2. Pangione and LaJoy, 3 and 4. Hart, Segura, White, Suarez, Norris, and Schaefer. Main event 58 flying down into the first turn. I'm looking for the factory rift tangent ride. Assist Hart, the nag 12 up top. It is Hart on the 1 spot. I got Segura sitting in that 2 spot right now. It's Sis. It's Guadalupe, 1 and 2. I got the Lightning Bug back in the 3. Here comes the 11 rider, Gabby Suarez in that 4 spot. Schaefer, Norris, 5 and 6. But the battle is up top right now. Factory Rift Tangent and Power Effects banging down this last straightaway with the Nag 12 and the Nag 13, fighting for the top of the podium right here. Factory Rift Tangent trying to hold it down, and she will. Sis and Guadalupe go 1 and 2. The Bug gets the 3 spot. Gabby Suarez, Claire Schaefer, and Isla Norris, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 11-year-old girls experts now. Dowdy, Snyder, Rush, and Muller, main event 59. Rips around turn number 1. Who's going to come out on top? I'm looking for Get a Grip colors, and there she is, the Nightmare on the 1 spot right now, Amelia Dowdy. I got the Ripper, Little Ripper in the 2 spot. It's Dowdy, Snyder, and the Meatball 1, 2, and 3 with Muller pulling in that 4 spot. Get a Grip, Chaos, Wheeler Dealer, and Bombshell 1 through 4 around the last turn, but it's all the Nightmare on the 1 spot. The Nag 5 is standing tall on a Sunday afternoon. Snyder grabs the 2, the Meatball gets a 3, and Muller will get the 4. Twelve-year-old girls experts, Bostick, Urena, Gray, Farrell, Wellborn, and Conley. Main event number 60, ripping down to turn number 1. Here we go. Down and around they fly. I'm looking for the TFB Designs ride on top. That's the boss, Kayla Bostick. Bostick's got the factory girl in that 2 spot. That's Urena. Here comes the Firefly and the Crazy Cat, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The 5 and the Nag 8 back there. 5 and 6 going to be Conley and Wellborn. Belling out. Wellborn goes 5. Conley goes 6. But the battle is up top right now. Bostick and the factory girl down the last straight. TFB and Power Effects. The pump's on. The boss gets the win. The factory goes to 2 spot. The Firefly, the Crazy Cat, the Wild One, and Peaches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Thirteen girls experts, Kopetsky, McCain, Jason, Speraza, Among You, Walters, Peck, and Puttkamp. Factory send to LSG, Callie Kopetsky on the move right now down into turn number 2. In that 2 spot, got to be Mayhem McCain for the Marshall crew. It's factory send to LSG and Marshall with the Cyclecraft rider, the Mad Dog. Jason back in that 3 spot. The factory send to LSG right out of Burlington BMX. Callie Kopetsky doing her thing once again. The Nag 4 grabs the win once again. McCain grabs that 2 spot. Jason, Speraza, Walters. Fourteen-year-old girls experts, Dakar, Carmen, Koodle, Hale, and Holtz. Addison Dakar for the factory answer crew out of Valley BMX, the NAG 14, rocking and rolling once again here in main event 62. Dakar down in the second turn right now. I got Chloe Koodle in that 2 spot. Going to be Stinks McGee back in the 3. Damage Ride. Going to be Cruiser Lillian Carmen in that 4 spot with Give 'em Hail back in the 5. But it's all factory answer once again. They're all super fast. Dakar picks up the win. Koodle, Stinks, Carmen, and Holtz. 15-16 girls experts. Porter, Searfoss, Spencer, Waldner, Pierce, Sweet, Wiley, and Olsen. Main event 63. Down around the girls fly. Rider up top's got the daylight gear on. That's Kim Porter. Porter on the 1 spot. I got Searfoss in that 2. Spencer back in the 3. The G-Bike is going to be the Fianator for PowerFix Speedco, but it's all Kim Porter up top. Searfoss chaser in that last turn. North Bay BMX and Horseheads BMX going 1 and 2 down this last straightaway. Daylight, S-squared, 1-2. Porter, Searfoss, Spencer, and the Cyclecraft ride comes by. The Tater Tot back in that 4 spot. Jordan, Nealon, Reichel, Sweet, Day, Speraza, McKay, and Martin. 17-20 ladies experts pounding down around. Rider up top's got the red hair flying behind her. Got to be the Mad Rabbit, Riley Jordan. The National 42 on the move. Got the Nat 44, the Machine, Kenny Nealon, the 2 spot for the Ameriprise full tilt gear. In that 3 spot, going to be the Mayhem Marley Reichel for the Factory Claiborne crew. It's PowerFX, Ameriprise, and Claiborne 1, 2, and 3. Once again, the Mad Rabbit, the Machine, Mayhem, and the Predator 1, 2, 3, and 4. $21.30 ladies experts now. Main event 65. Robeson, Sargent, and Pettinelli. It's been total points racing all day long. The PWR ride's already got herself a couple of aces, and Izzy Sargent's ripping around the first turn on top. All the way from Eagle County BMX. Sargent all by herself down that 3rd story with the daylight ride. So in that 2 spot is Pettinelli, and your Velocis Sport ride of Becca Sue's back in the 3. And 1, 2, 3, they roll right by me again. PWR with the win overall. Pettinelli and Robeson 2 and 3, and they'll finish just as they cross. Moving right along, 41.50 ladies experts now. Dirks, Kugler, and Huggins. Mama Hugs, the Vega racer out of VMP BMX, got a couple of wins after 2 rounds, but she's popping up on top. No, she's back there in the 3 spot right now. We got something crazy going on. Chesapeake rider up top. Sparky Kugler. Here comes Mama Hugs back into that 2 spot. It's Kugler, Huggins, and Dirks, 1, 2, and 3. We got 2 straights left, and Mama Hugs says, I'm not done yet. The pump is on. Sparky trying to hold it down. Time to shine in Vega. A little high, a little low, and here come the ladies, everybody. Down that last straightaway, Kugler trying to get it done. Huggins putting the pump on. Huggins comes by. Mama Hugs from 3 to 1. Kugler and Dirks, they'll finish just as they cross. Last rack of your ladies experts for the weekend. The 51 and over ladies expert class. The Logu, Bodaniak, and Kaminsky. Sonia on top once again. PowerFX Speedco on the move. I got the Logo in that 2 spot. Mama Marge back in the 3, the Nag 2, the Nag 9, and the Nag 15, 1, 2, and 3 around turn 2, down 3rd straightaway into turn number 3. The Bombshell Pro Max and J&R turn. But it's the Czech chick doing it once again. Badania gets the win, the Logo gets the 2, and Mama Marge will get the 3, and they'll finish just as they cross. And the boys are back in town, everybody. The 500 experts out there. It's all about Kiki Wang all day long. The Factory Daily Ride's got a couple of aces. The other 2 riders are tied at 5, so the battle is for the 2 spot here in the main event. Main event 68 rips around the first turn. I'm looking for a Gold Cup plate up top. And here he comes. Wang back on that 1 spot. Tanner trying to hold it down for the 2 for the Senate crew. The man in black back there in the 3. The man in black pulls into the 2 spot. Things getting heated up back there. Around the second turn they go, but it's still Kiki up top. Getting a little squirrely, but hanging on. 1, 2, they rip down and around. Wang on the 1 spot, Darling on the 2 spot. Lomascolo back in the 3, the GC3, the Nag 7, the Nag 16. Down the last straightaway. We're not done yet. Now we are. Wang, Darling, Lomascolo, 1, 2, and 3, and they'll finish just as they cross. 6-year-old experts on the track now. Leclerc, Tyndall, Long, Hibbets, and Spore. Wild Bill Tyndall moved up to expert yesterday, transferred out into his first round. Let's see how he does now come the main event. Around the first turn we go. Rider on top is going to be the 14 of Bjorn Leclerc. Leclerc's got the nag 3 of the Mile Man, that 2 spot. I got Wild Bill back in the 3, trying to land on the podium on his first expert race. Around the second turn we go. Battle for that 2 spot's hot. The Quebec boy trying to gain a little steam around this last turn. And we're high-low each other. Wild Bill pulls into that 2 spot. Down the last straightaway. Leclerc still on top. Leclerc, long, and Tyndall ends up. Ooh. Too close for Zach to call. 7 experts on track. Main event number 70. Lomascolo, Brammer, Moore, Hill, Como, Farrell, and Brown. Factory S squared ripping down in the first turn. I see the Mohawk out there as well. Maybe some Speedco colors, the Hot Rod, Lincoln Moore. The boys down the second straightaway. It's all Noah right now. Factory S squared on Northern Virginia running the show. The Mohawk, Beckett Brammer in that 2 spot. The National 45, the Hot Rod, Lincoln Moore. I got PWR colors. Maybe Hill back in that 4 spot right now. Here they come. Back at us. Lomascolo, Brammer, Moore, and Como. Eight-year-old experts, Grover, Monosmith, Lipan, Richardson, Konopka, Van Etta, and Sturgeon. 7 riders on the track right now. The Class 8 expert, the main event number is 71. Rocking up top, the Island of Misfit Toys going to be Bryce Grover, rolling down into turn number 2. I got Answer Army in that 2 spot. That's Monosmith. Bike Zone colors. Lipan, the Outlaw, back in that 3 spot. Richardson sitting in the 4. Top rider, though, burning down this last straight. The GC1 staying to the top of the podium once again. Grover gets the win. Monosmith gets that 2 spot. The Outlaw, Richardson, Problematic, the 48 of Turbo Man, and Vanetta 6 and 7. Castley, Jones, Furcatch, Kent, Merzion, Gibbler, Clark, and Bradfield. First rider down that second straightaway right now is the Nag 13 ride. That's mismatch for the S-Squared national team. Christian Merzion on top. Merzion got answer colors in that 2 spot. That's got to be Tucker Squirrely Jones. Squirrely goes low and takes over down the last straightaway. Jones on the move right now. The Answer Army coming back at him. Mismatch back that 2 spot. Jones, Merzion, and the 5 ride of Clark. 1, 2, and 3. Furcatch pulls into that 4 spot. And the Rocket Ride of Grambo gets the 5. 10-year-old experts on the track right now. I got Pieper, Cox, Huggins, Castellano, Moreau, Wilson, Pinelli, and Rupp. I got a hot pop out of the Factory S-Squared ride down in the first turn. This is going to be the speed train, Luke Pieper. Let's see how far he can go now. Pieper down that second straight. We got Huggins in that 2 spot. Looks like Cox back in the 3 right now. It's Pieper, Huggins, and Cox, 1, 2, and 3. The speed train, the Grasshopper, and the Silent Assassin with the H-Bike. A fast cast back in that 4 spot. Dropped a couple over in that first turn. We're getting them situated right now, but the speed train is pulling away. Pieper turns and takes off. The Nag 4 about to get it locked up. Pieper gets the win. Cox, Huggins, Fast Cast, and Moreau, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They're both going to ride it out, guys. Come on, big round of applause. Get loud for them. 11-year-old expert, main event 74, Caldwell, Improda, Rodriguez, Kromowski, Williams, Rocco, Perrin, and Gutierrez. Getting situated, got the jackpot up top right now. Factory Alto down that second straight. I got Jules Rocco in the 2 spot. Here comes Hilo. Here comes the Punisher, 3 and 4. I got Caldwell back in the 5 spot. Everyone down that third straightaway, but it's all Alto on the move right now. Alto trying to hold it down. Here comes Sean Carvajal's LDC popping in that 2 spot. Alto goes down. Hilo goes to the top of this one. Rodriguez down the last straightaway. The LDC is taking this one home. Improda, Caldwell, Rocco, and Kromowski. Perrin back in that 6 spot. Gutierrez, and let's give a round of applause, everyone, to Mr. Titus Williams out here in the last turn.
Let's go, Titus! Good job, Big Dog! Let's go, Titus!
Yeah, what he said. 12-year-old experts roll down that front straight. We got the J-Dog, Macias, Martinez, Martin, Callejo, Semplis, Oklopchich, and Moss. Factory answer up top right now. Got Raptor colors in that 2 spot. Going to be Widener, Macias going 1 and 2. Widener, Macias back in that 3 spot. Going to be the Rocket. I got the Moto Hornet and the Ninja 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Down through the third straight. They roll. Answer colors up top. Raptor colors in that 2 spot. And here come the boys, everybody. Back at it. Still J-Dog up top right here. Widener gets the win. Macias gets that 2 spot. The Rocket, Hornet 1, 2, 3, and 4 with Oklopchich picking up that 5. Hart, McClone, Bryant, Fisher, Custer, Snyder, Mazzara, and Kazi. I'm looking for the factory rift tangent ride of the Carter man, the national number 2 at a Grand Prix BMX. Been running the show all weekend long, and here he comes now. Spot him, got him, pulling that 2 spot for the factory center LSG crew. Answer colors back in the 3. That's got to be Porky Fisher. McClone sitting in that 4 spot for the Bike Zone crew, but it's all rift tangent around this last turn. The Carter man getting it done right here. Carter Hart gets the win once again. Bryant grabs the 2 spot. Fisher gets the 3. McClone gets the 4. Kazi, Snyder, Custer, and Mazzara. Minell, Stravopoulos, Day, Santana, Porter, Williams, Rabinowitz, and Idarola. Mad Max going for the sweep now as he rips down that second straightaway. I got Alto colors. Going to be the Reaper in that 2 spot. It's Mad Max, the Reaper 1 and 2. The G-Bike back in the 3 spot is Idarola. Looks like the Cannon sitting in that 4 spot. Rabinowitz, the Night Train, 5 and 6. And here they come down the last straightaway. Max once again. The Madman gets it done. The Reaper and Idarola. And Santana and Rabinowitz. Main event 78, your 15X class. Taylor, Kopetsky, Huggins, Goris, Corbet, Berens, Guay, and Johnson. I'm looking for Alec Taylor up top. Factory S squared running down in turn number 1. Looks like the LSG pulling that 2 spot. Got to be Kopetsky. It's Taylor, Kopetsky, and Hugs 1, 2, and 3 right now. Berens rocking in that 4 spot. I got raw race footage. Back at the 5, that's James Johnson. Down the third straight we go. It's all S squared and LSG 1, 2 in that last turn. A little high, a little low, and here come the boys, everybody. Rocking back at us one more time. Taylor, Kopetsky, Hugs, Berens. Taylor, Kopetsky, Berens, Hugs. My, oh my. $16X on the track. Stiebel, Cole, Owens, Byer, Tongovich, Dirks, Pinelli, and Toth. Faster and faster, our weekend's coming to an end. I hope you guys all had a good time because I had a blast. The Tornado, Taylor Cole for J&R Bicycles up top right now. I got the 7 bike in that 2 spot. That's Stiebel. Oh, man, the Wildcat back in the 3 with the Wild Man in the 4 spot. It's in the zone and train wreck going 3 and 4, but it's J&R ripping around the last turn. The J&R rider taking off. Taylor Cole, the National 81, grabs the win right here. Stiebel gets that 2 spot. The Wildcat, the Wild Man, and the 6 of the Cooper Star, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1720 experts. Max Marshall, Andrew Herrera, Gavin Mendito, Mario Bertoli, Anthony Moscato, Hunter Dye, Wesley Hamill, and Dylan McGann. Down to the first turn we go. It looks like Max Marshall popping off to the top of this one. Answer Colors got the Sharks swimming in that 2 spot. Daylight Colors back in the 3. That's going to be Bertoli 1, 2, and 3. McGann and the Dye Guy 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Max Marshall trying to lock this up for the Answer crew right now. The Sharks trying to swim to the top of the podium themselves, and down the last straight we fly. Marshall, Herrera, Bertoli 1, 2, and 3. McGann, Dye, Hamill, Mendito, and Moscato 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Main event 81, your 21-25 expert class. Mendito, Bramer, McCready, McCabe, and Rodriguez. Evan Mendito for Elevate Racing out of Egg Harbor Township pops off to the top of this one. We got the premier ride in that 2 spot. That's the Rhino, Ryan Bramer. It's the 170 and the 4 going 1 and 2. I got the next, or the 7 ride of Crank and Carey McCready back in that 3 spot. Josh McCabe and Rodriguez 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, man. The premier rider puts it down that last straightaway. Can't hold on, though. Mendito, Bramer, McCready, McCabe, and Rodriguez. 26-35 expert main event number 82. Zach Buller, Paul Maher, Austin Harney, and Moneybags Brian Thurwichter. The Drakewell man has been running the show all weekend long. Can he go for the perfect sweep? The GC1 down that second straightaway, and Buller is back on top. Buller's got Maher in that 2 spot right now. Got Harney back in the 3 spot with the 17, and Moneybags in the 4 spot. 2 straights to go, and the gentlemen are trying to manual through, but they're all a little squirrely right now. Around the last turn they fly. Still going to be Zach up top. Buller gets the win once again. The 30 and the 99. I believe Harney sniped him. Maher and Thurwichter. A little squirrely in that first straight, and one rider is off the track. Rivera, Pettinelli, Healy, Carragher, and Diffenbach. Daylight Colors flying down the second straight. Got to be Daddy on the top spot. Robert Pettinelli out of Tri-City BMX. Daddy's on the move with the 3 and the 2 spot. That's Boo Carragher. The 5-8 and the 3-8 going 1 and 2 down that third straightaway. The Daylight ride popping his way down to the last turn. Pettinelli trying to grab the win on day 3 of the New England Nationals, and Daddy gets it done. Boo in the 2. Diffenbach, Choo Choo, and Rivera. Main event 84, Mona Smith, Luby, Bostick, Kent, King, Ecker, Hotz, and Calvetti. Answer and see you go 1 and 2 once again. These cats had one heck of a race yesterday. Let's see how this one plays out. Mona Smith on top. Coach Lubes in that 2 spot. Back in the 3 right now is the next 16 right of Fuzzy in that 3 spot. I got Kent back in that 4 spot, but the battle is up top. These dudes had a good one yesterday on this last straightaway, but Chris says no way today. Mona Smith down that last straightaway. Lubes in that 2 spot. Mona Smith, Lubes, and the 1-6 of Fuzzy, Kent, and Ecker 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We got couple more motos on the day. Main events: Halbert, Huggins, Camarada, Garcia, Lips, Da Silva, Pinto, and Baglieri. See your colors up top. Brad Halbert rocking down to turn number 2. I got Hugs in that 2 spot right now. It's Halbert and Huggins going 1 and 2. New rider, the 17 ride. Mike Camarada goes flying down in that 3 spot. Prophecy colors back in the 4. Going to be Da Silva, Pinto. Coming down that last straightaway, Halbert and Huggins go 1 and 2. Camarada and the Prophecy ride of Da Silva Pinto. $51.55 experts, main event 86. We got 2 more mains on the day. Matt Dallas, Mike Duke, Q Money, Brian Brisson, and Brett Dowling. Dallas has been on fire all weekend long, and the GC1's back on top. But Q's in that 2 spot right now. It's Dallas and Money 1 and 2. Back in that 3 spot, we got Bike Doctor Colors. That's going to be Brett Dowling with the Daylight and the Coastal Racers back there, 4 and 5. That's Brisson and Duke. But right now, it's all the Sia rider down around the last turn. The GC1 gets the win once again. Matt Dallas on top. Q Money holds on for that 2 spot. Dowling, Brisson, and Duke. Last main event of the day, your 56 and over expert class. Johnson, Cummings, Griffin, Dyson, Coates, Charvet, Marcel, and Hunt. Nigel on top right now, the GC3. Oh, man, the Tomahawk comes around the outside. The Tomahawk, Johnson goes to the top spot. Cummings in that 2 spot. Looks like the Ghost back in that 3 spot right now. I got Spidey rocking that 4 spot. Go Coast colors. Charvet back in the 5. Around the last turn they go, but it's all S-squared colors up top. The GC1 and the GC3 go 1 and 2 once again. Johnson, Cummings, the Ghost. We dropped a rider. Spidey, Charvet. And that's it, everybody. I hope you guys all had a good weekend. I sure did. All right, if you guys are looking for something to do next weekend, we're in...